We need to dance again.
Because there's always choreography, and you drop it on me so late. I'm like, she's standing still, and then she starts a move, man. No, I love it.
It's a jingle, and that is how we start our Wednesday. Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to it. My name is Graham Richards.
My name is Jamie Domberg, and as you can see, we are fire for this Wednesday because it's a new colour, and as we know, the seasons are changing. We tend to also change the look and feel of our spaces from a new shade of colour on the walls to maybe a new set of pillows to match the look and the feel.
Yeah, it's an opportunity now to spruce up your home, and we're going to be looking into some awesome DIY art projects for the kids, to those winter essential cooking tools for the parents as well. We've got the full spectrum covered, and we want you to join in on that conversation. Perhaps you are right now renovating your own home. You've started some cool new project in the garden. Maybe you're just asking questions about where to even begin. We'd love to hear from you. Any questions, any comments, even some pictures. Please, in fact, some pictures. We want to know, we want to see, we want to be a part of that journey. WhatsApp, anything, voice notes, pictures, just stay connected with us. 063-408-8863. We'd love to hear from you.
Now, if you've been following this man on social media, you'll be seeing that he is quite the DIY himself. He's been renovating, he's taking out some tools.
He put in a fireplace.
So he put in his own fireplace, everybody. So someone who knows what you're talking about with sprucing up your home is this man himself, Mr. Nature Boy. Good morning.
Good morning, you beautiful people. Yes, it's another day with you, and I can't thank you enough. My name is Ralph the Morning, and yes, absolutely hyped for this morning's conversation. It's all about renovations, DIY, and the entire shebang, and I am going to be paying attention because there's a lot of work happening at home, but that's not why I'm talking to you this morning. Of course, every morning we get to dive into another topic and chat to you on social media. Maybe you can share some pictures with us. So today, it's all about the Culinary Hotline Bling, and where do you go for foodie inspiration? That is the question. So on social media, is it on websites, or is it maybe your grand's old recipe book? I don't know. We want to find out from you what inspires you. Maybe you've got some tips or trends that you also want to share with us. But everything that we're going to be doing today is going to be exploring the delicious food content which takes place on TikTok. So it's going to be a special Culinary Hotline Bling. I want you to tune in for that. But as we have asked you, come through on our social media, come through on our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. Use that hashtag Expresso Show. And of course, show us how you get inspired. I'm going to get some inspiration from this right now. But standing by for official duties is Jamie Lee Domberg.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nature Boy. Starting on the national front this morning, stage 6 load shedding was implemented from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. last night, and this is due to unlawful industrial action by some of its personnel at its power stations. Eskom has announced this. Now, the stages of load shedding were from midnight last night until 5 a.m. this morning, when Eskom implemented stage 2. At 5 a.m. today, stage 4 was implemented, and this will remain until 4 p.m. this afternoon, when the power utility will once again implement stage 6 load shedding until 10 p.m. tonight. Cape Town's metro residents will remain on stage 4 load shedding. Meanwhile, Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan says an agreement has been reached with unions to bring the strike at Eskom to an end. He said the wildcat unlawful strike was primarily responsible for the stage 6 load shedding that was crippling the country. The unions, NUM and NUMSA, says a new salary offer is expected to be submitted to the Central Bargaining Forum on Friday after significant progress in talks with Eskom over wages. The unions appealed to their members to give the negotiations a chance. Then looking to news on the international front, the UN has called for an independent inquiry into the deaths of 23 people after hundreds of migrants tried to break into the Spanish enclave of Melilla from Morocco. Moroccan authorities say a number of people were crushed to death in a stampede on Friday after a section of border fence was cut open. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has blamed human traffickers, but the incident has provoked protests in Spain, with demonstrators saying the government's hard-lines policies are forcing migrants to take desperate measures. Then staying on the international front, new research by the World Bank has painted a stark and worrying picture about children's learning outcomes as a result of the global COVID-19 pandemic. The latest State of Global Learning Poverty report says learning poverty has increased by a third in low and middle income countries, with an estimated 70% of 10-year-olds unable to understand a simple written text. The increases in learning poverty have been largest in South South Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Now, the report notes that even before the pandemic, the situation was dire. Then, of course, with big names in tennis strutting their stuff at Wimbledon in England at the moment, some lesser-known players are also making the headlines. And not just for their tennis talent. While British player Jody Burrage faced Ukrainian player Lysia Turenko in the first round of the tennis major in London on Monday and reacted swiftly when she noticed a ball boy looking very much out of sorts. Now, she handed him a sports drink and some recovery gel that she had in a bag before a chocolate bar from a fan in the stadium also helped him to revive. The match was stopped for some 10 minutes before the ball boy was helped off the court. Now, Burrage said, and I quote, "I just reacted how I think anyone would have. He sure wasn't in a good spot." Now, Burrage lost the match against Turenko, but in the process, she won hordes of new fans and also received a huge cheer. Later this week, she'll be back in the world-famous tournament to compete in double matches, and we wish her the best of luck. On that note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. We will be back on the top of the hour, but right now it's time to have a first look at the sports. Here's Graham for that.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's start with music to all of our ears, especially the 50,000 that will be at Loftus. Yes, all 50,000 seats will be filled at Loftus when the Springboks host Wales in the first of 3 test matches this coming Saturday. The Toronto-based stadium will claim the record of having hosted the biggest crowd for a test match between the Springboks and the Wales Dragons in South Africa, and also a match in front of spectators on home soil for the Springboks, first time since the 2019 World Cup victory. In terms of the team, Jacques Nienaber has gone with the tried and tested makeup. The biggest surprise coming at fly half, though, where Elton Jantjies will start and not Handré Pollard. And Salman Murat and Al Khlo also in line to make their debuts after being named on the bench. Then we head further afield for cricket, and centuries from Nat Skyver and Alice Davison-Richards helped to give England a 44-run first innings lead against the Proteas women. That was on day 2 of their once-off test yesterday. Now, Skyver walked to the crease with her side in slight trouble on 86 for 3 at the stage, then going on to withstand that pressure from the South African frontline bowling attack, including Annika Bosch's 3 for 59 before smashing 15 fours on her way to an unbeaten 206 ball 118. That was in a stunning partnership with worth 207, in fact, with Davison-Richards. She recorded 107 off 194 balls. So England passed the 300-run mark and looked to reach stumps with 5 wickets still in hand before Sekhukhune claimed a confidence-boosting wicket on the last ball of the day to get rid of Davison-Richards. So we'll certainly watch that space as the action resumes later today. Then we turn back to tennis, and it's back onto the grass courts of Wimbledon. World number 1 Iga Swiatek, she recovered from a dip in her level in the second set to see off Croatian qualifier Jana Fett 6-love, 6-3 in their Wimbledon first round yesterday and extend her winning run now to 36 matches. Incredible. The Pole became the first women's player in the 21st century, in fact, to win 36 consecutive matches. Then Simona Halep and Coco Gauff also through to the second round. Serena Williams, though, will have to continue her wait for a 24th Grand Slam title after losing 7-5, 1-6 and 7-6 to main draw debutante Harmony Tan. Then in the men's side of the draw, Rafa Nadal, he overcame a huge scare to reach the second round, eventually beating Francesco Carandolo 6-4, 6-3, 3-6 and 6-4. And Stefanos Tsitsipas and Nick Kyrgios, they're also through to round 2 as well. And then sadly, we return to Formula 1 and not the action on the track. Lewis Hamilton said, and we quote, "The time has come for action," after being the subject of a racially offensive term used by 3-time Formula 1 world champion Nelson Piquet. The Formula 1 and motorsports governing body, the FIA, condemned the 69-year-old Brazilian who made the comments during a podcast. Piquet was discussing an incident between Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the first lap of last year's British Grand Prix, where he used the term. The FIA added that it strongly condemns any racist or discriminatory language and behaviour. Let's hope that is a marker laid down in the sand, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's get our first take on your Wednesday weather.
Thanks so much, G. Let's take a look at the weather for the first time this morning. Now, reporting on the beaches in Durban, which have been closed to bathers for the past number of weeks due to high E. coli levels. Now, Noxilise Kuanda, mayor of eThekwini, says they'll remain out of bounds this weekend when some 35,000 people are expected to converge on the Natal Harbour City for the first full-capacity Durban July since COVID. Now, Kuanda said, and quoted, "Our teams are working day and night to finalize the repairs to the sanitation infrastructure that was damaged during the recent floods. Now, we are constantly monitoring water quality at all our beaches," unquote. Now, he said recent tests indicated that the water quality was improving at some of the beaches, and workers are continuing to repair pump stations, and further tests will be conducted this week to ascertain water quality. Now, Kuanda said an announcement in this regard would be made in due course. Well, from our weather news, we head over to those sunrise views that we absolutely love seeing from you, our family. Now, starting us off this morning, we've got Joanne, who sent this one in through coming from Durban and showing off this beautiful pink delight with palm trees in the background. Majestic stuff indeed. Next up on our list, we had Owen in Zandavlei, who sent us this beautiful image as the sun casts a rosy hue and absolutely silhouetted by the window frame there, which I absolutely love. A beautiful artistic addition to that. Next up, we've got Desiree van Vieren, who sends in this one from Peer, showing off a magical spectrum of purple hues. Looks somewhat of a painting, to be very honest with you. And then Roger caught this view out in Deep River, catching the break of dawn. Beautiful stuff, just as the sun's about to rise. And finally, we received another one from Ivico House out in Uppington, with this lovely burnt orange colored sky, just as the day is about to begin. Absolutely beautiful stuff, Mzansi. Thank you for sending those incredible pictures in. We love seeing how you start your day wherever you are in the country. It gives us just a little bit more inspiration and gets us geared up for the day. For now, though, it's time to take a look at the temperatures across the country, starting off at Polokwane. The day starting at 2 degrees, moving up to a high of 16. Mbombela sees a low of 8 up to 20. Pretoria starts at a chilly 4 up to 18 degrees, and Johannesburg even chillier at 2 degrees, moving all the way up to a maximum of 15. Over in Mahikeng now, a chillier start as well. 2 degrees is your day, moving up to 18. Klerksdorp sees the day starting at -1 up to 17 degrees, and Kimberley is sticking to the chill. 0 degrees is your starting temperature, moving up to 17 degrees. And Bloemfontein, -4 for the day, all the way up to 18 degrees. Icy indeed. Over in Richards Bay now, along the coast, also very chilly stuff, starting at 8 up to 24. Pietermaritzburg sees the day starting at a chilly 5 up to 23 degrees. Durban sees the day starting at a moderate 12 up to 23. And Mthatha brings the chill back at 3 up to a moderate 23 degrees Celsius. Sticking around the coast now and moving over to East London, and the day starting at 11 up to 24. Still no rain expected, but they are desperate for it nonetheless. Cradock starting at a chillier -1 up to 20 degrees. Aberga moves from 9 to 23, and George sees the day starting at 11 all the way up to 23 degrees Celsius. All the way around down to the end of the coast now and moving up to Cape Town. 12 is your low, moving up to a high of 23. Worcester sees the day starting at 9 up to a high of 24 degrees. Sutherland a chilly start of 2 up to 17, and Uppington keeping up with the chill 4 is your low, moving up to a high of 21 degrees Celsius. Once again, Mzansi, thank you so much for sending those incredible pictures, and keep them coming. I will report more on that in the next hour. But for now, let's catch up with the rest of the team and see what we can expect for the rest of the morning.
Food, 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 glorious food. Yes, it is the Culinary hotline. Bling!
Sing, sing, sing!
Ah, I love it. I've got to hear that sings. I feel like Sheldon from Big Bang. I need to have it, man. I need to have it. And of course, Chef Clem has brought along a special friend today.
I am not okay. Lonel Levis is in the building, everybody. I literally sit on his TikTok every single day. You have to watch all of his videos, but luckily you don't have to, because he's here with us and he's going to be cooking up a storm just for you. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you after this.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's Camphor Cream, enriched with camphor and glycerine. Now with 48-hour moisture to restore dry skin. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, you know what time it is. Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting! We're doing something special this morning because we are joined by one of our favorite chefs, Chef Clem, and we got the TikToker, Lionel Levis, in the building. Man, I'm so excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you, and yourself?
Oh, so excited, man. It's going to be a beautiful morning with you, but let's get into it. Let's tell Mzansi what's happening, because this morning we're going to ask you, of course, to help us out, but we're also asking everybody else as well as Lionel to obviously help us out with anything when it comes to our culinary conundrums this morning. So, do you have any questions for Chef Clem and Lionel? Then get it out there. Now, get those questions to us, and you can use our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. Lionel, I've got to ask you, man, first, before we get into the kitchen, you're busy. You're busy, right? You're cooking up a storm. How do you decide what content and what video you're going to put up there? Because there's so many of them. How do you know? Okay, this one today is just about, it's a soup day. I'm feeling it. How does that mechanic work for you?
So actually my audience makes it a lot easier
Okay.
for me, because they will comment what they would like me to make, and then I just, based on the comments, I'm like, okay, I like this comment, so I'll be replying to this comment, and then I make that dish.
I like that.
Where's the limit of what they suggest or what they request? Where's like, no, now you just outrageous.
It must be something that I would eat.
Okay.
So like I wouldn't do something like with liver or like those type of things. I would.
And right now we're about to do a liver dish, guys.
No, I love that, man. You are here to serve the people, which I
Yes,
absolutely
there
love.
we go.
Now, on top of that, also, we got to see something incredible. I got to see it, and I want Mzansi to see this too, because there's one video that stood us fast, and that was your chicken alfredo. I think I'm going to give Mzansi a chance to just check this out first, and then I think I want to attempt this for myself. See what this man's up to.
Chicken Alfredo, round 2. Let's go. So if you checked my previous video, you would know what pasta I made over here. I'm seasoning my chicken with salt, some chicken and meat spice, some pepper, garlic paste, and work it in. Add some oil to a pan. Add your chicken to the pan. Once the chicken is done, we put it aside. The same pan, add 1 finely diced onion. We're going to saute this. Add 4 cloves of chopped garlic. That's pieces of the parsley that came in. Saute. And now we add our mushrooms and saute. Now that that's done, we're adding our cream. Now mix it. And 1 cup of milk. Another cup of milk. Now add your chicken. Season if you need to. Add your pasta. There we go.
Oh, how simple it is that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give this man one more round of applause. Lionel Levis in the building. So easy, so simple. No nonsense approach. I absolutely love it. So I thought, let's just replicate some of that magic right now in the kitchen. It's like a collab. You know, TikTok meets Expresso right now. Once again, of course, we are on Expresso, but we want to share this with the rest of Mzansi and the people, because I think this one trended and hit the most. So take us through this. We've got like 2 incredible specimens in the kitchen right now.
Make it 3.
So I'm just going to sit here and watch. I've got like front row seats to this, so take it away. What are we doing?
Okay, so
How are we doing this?
I'll help you.
okay, so first we prepared our chicken.
Yeah.
And once our chicken is done, we're going to remove all the chicken pieces, and we're just going to set this aside.
What have you seasoned your chicken with?
I seasoned my chicken with salt, pepper, chicken and meat spice, and garlic paste. Very important.
Okay, you skipped out a massive step there, because that's important, right? Those spices really, for me, are the things that kind of give that umami feel, that like East Coast-like
Yes,
environment
exactly.
that just wraps you up when you eat it. So,
Exactly.
Nice paying attention there as well. Can we get onions going in now?
Yep, to the
And I
same
see,
pan,
you're
adding our
using that
onions.
flavor.
Yes, yes.
Nice.
And then we are just going to
So who
saute our onions.
Who taught you to cook? Because that whole thing about using the brown bits at the bottom of the pan, that's a lot of the flavor.
Those
comes
are
from
family secrets,
Yeah.
Exactly. my family taught me how to cook. My family loves food.
Okay.
Good food.
All right.
Doesn't have to be expensive, but just to jazz it up.
When you were at like school and stuff and you came home early, would you maybe have that smell in the kitchen that kind of was like, oh, something's popping tonight?
Exactly. And smell that curry.
That's the nostalgia, man. You know how your parents make stuff.
Exactly.
There's something special about
for
it.
sure,
Every home has
absolutely.
that sort of signature smell and scent. And I know when you get home and you smell it, you know, oh, yes.
you
I can't wait. It's like
absolutely.
3 o'clock and you ask your parents, is supper ready yet? Is it ready?
So
Now
we
we
just
do the saute side over there.
just sauteing this for 2 to 3 minutes.
That looks
Okay.
good.
Then we are going to add our garlic.
All right, nice.
Then let's toss our garlic inside.
If
and
you
then-
had to give advice to, okay, Ralph decided he wants to start shooting all these healthy food videos. He
Yes.
doesn't know where to start.
Yes, help me.
Help Ralph.
How do I get on
give
this?
him some advice. Where would you?
Okay, so
And I don't have TikTok, and I'm definitely contemplating getting it. So
the place to be.
I know, so I
right now.
need your help. Like, what do I do?
Okay, so what does he have to do? What's your recipe? What's your secret? How to?
Jamie shouting in the background, take your shirt off. Hey! It's about the food, it's about the cooking. What tips do you have though? How do I captivate the audience as well as you do? How do I resonate with them?
I think you just need to be yourself.
Okay.
That's what you need to do. You need to be yourself, and you just shine in front of the camera. It's easy. It's easy when I'm at home and there's nobody there, so it's just me and the camera.
It's like your
So-
safe space, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah, I like
So
that.
now, once this has been sauteed, we are going to add in our mushrooms.
Mushrooms. Yum. And what are we looking for when it comes to mushrooms? Is it just like a glaze and a roast? Do you want to get it like really melted in there?
We are just going to saute the mushrooms until it's like brown,
Okay.
but not too brown.
Okay.
Yeah, you want the texture.
Exactly.
A little bit of that flavor coming
Exactly.
through. I like it because again, you've taken some chicken breast, added the mushrooms, and you're adding like substance, to substantial like flavor and texture.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
you're gonna feed like quite a few people with this one dish.
Yes,
and
yes.
chicken alfredo. You don't ever make like just enough chicken alfredo for that one
Because it
sitting.
tastes so much better the next day,
Of
right?
course
And
it
the
does.
next day.
My family actually always complains because, and then you just gradually add water if you see that, you know. You don't want to burn
die.
the
Yeah.
What do your family complain about? I really want to hear.
They say I cook too little. Too little.
That's a good,
Not too little,
that's a
like
good complaint, I guess.
one serving. Because I don't like cooking big. I don't know. It's so overwhelming when I'm cooking a lot of food.
But Lorna, what about the ice cream buckies that are empty, waiting to
I
get filled
know.
by your beautiful food, and then hidden in the freezer, and then floating people as they're opening it up?
I know. So what I actually do is I'll ask my brother. So when I take out like the chicken pieces, I'll ask him, Liam, is this enough? Then I'll like take out 8 pieces because we 4, my mother,
Okay, yeah,
my father, and my
yeah.
brother. We 4, so I'm like, that's 2 for each. And he's like, why did we want more?
Clearly, the problem is that your food tastes too good, right? And we're finding out about that right now. It's your Feel Good breakfast show right now. And if you are wanting to find out about this recipe that Lionel's cooking up right now, and you haven't already seen his TikTok, then shame on you. But don't worry, you can find it at expressoshow.com. We're going to be sticking around with this legend in the kitchen and this legend as well. So don't go anywhere, Mzansi. It's all about food inspiration. And we'll see you in just a bit for some more.
He's cool, eh?
I'm so obsessed with him.
What a
I have
natural.
like a fangirl moment.
He was born for TV. Absolutely love it. Then, of course, Mzansi, we want you to get ready to mark your calendar for Friday, the 1st of July. And I'll tell you why, because Game Stores will officially launch its first halfway day sale in South Africa in all 115 game stores across the entire country from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Game's revamped websites from midnight on this Thursday.
Now get this, on the 1st of July as well, you'll have made it halfway through the year.
Wow.
And it's time to celebrate with up to 50% off selected best-selling items so you can make it through the second half of the year. How amazing is that?
It's absolutely brilliant. When they do it big, eh? Half
all
off.
the time.
They'll just do 50% off, boom. And that is not all, in fact. You can also compare prices with their 52-year-old price speed promise on all halfway day deals. And that offers a 10% refund on the difference in price on any item that you purchased. And if you find it cheaper at a competitor within 21 days of your purchase, you are guaranteed a price beat on that item. to guarantee.
We
food.
need it now more than ever. I think this comes at a perfect time, but also remember that store opening hours are from Monday to Friday from 9 to 6, and then Saturday from 9 to 5, as well as Sunday and public holidays from 9 to 4. So go get shopping, everybody. It's now your time.
50%.
50%.
Sure.
Only you can make my day.
What's beta glucan? Hello, do you know what beta glucan is? What is beta glucan? No one knows what beta glucan is.
Beta glucan is a natural fiber in jungle oats that helps lower cholesterol and keep hearts well.
Jungle, do life with heart. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Yes, indeed, it is your feel-good breakfast show here on S3. Now, we all know the most precious jewels you'll ever have around your neck are your children. And mom of 5, Taryn Ulster, counts on all 10 arms, not only for cuddles, but for teamwork too. And she showed us a bit of insight into her life. Let's take a look at this.
Mother of 5, web designer and blogger Taryn Ulster is well on the way to fulfilling her mission of raising capable kids, though not without the help of family and her ever-dependable Purity.
Our morning routine generally can be a bit tricky with 5 kids. In fact, I don't handle most of the morning getting ready for school and dressing and all of that. My mom does that, so she will grab the little ones. So Taylor and Joel specifically, she'll get them dressed. Jonathan will do school lunches, and I'm usually busy feeding Carter Jane because she's only 5 months old. My mom usually runs the breakfast shift as well. She usually does the oats. The kids quite enjoy the Purity instant oats, especially the different flavors. As you can imagine, with winter, the kids' skin is a lot more dry, so it really helps in the morning is just to get some Purity Aqueous Cream on those ashy knees to make sure that they're looking good for school.
If I could describe my mom in 3 words, I would say that she is strong, courageous, and loving.
My favorite thing to do with my mom is to watch movies at home with her.
If I had to describe our family in a couple words, I would say full and blessed. I suppose because our home's always full, even with our own family, extended family and friends, and blessed just to have all the people around us all the time.
What I love the most spending time with my grandkids is seeing them growing up as the years has gone, and also accepting their baby sister Carter Jane, to adapting to that. My favorite things to do with the grandkids is to play games and to play ball and swing also. their personalities are all different. They all want different things, and that's challenging.
It's definitely been different having 5 kids, and especially now a 5-month-old. I think who surprised me the most with adjusting to our new addition was probably, in fact, 2 of them, Caleb and Taylor. So at the time, our oldest and our youngest. Caleb is 14, so he's just doting on his sisters, and just how he is with Carter Jane is really sweet. Taylor wants to play mommy, so she's loved all the baby things and wants to be involved in everything.
I think the most important lesson my mom has taught me is to always take responsibility.
Because the kids live such busy and active lives with sport and just playing, they get their clothes dirty a lot. And so I really love the Purity stain remover. It really works, and it smells great. They usually hang up their own clothing, and then once it's dry, Caleb will take it off and sort it into piles, and then each one sorts, folds, and packs away their own washing. But yeah, I think raising capable kids is my #1 tip in a big family. They can be quite tricky at times, getting everything done, getting my work done, and seeing to Carter Jane. But my mom helps a lot with that, the normal day-to-day, and then obviously Jonathan is very hands-on as well. Another thing we like doing is taking our dogs for a walk on the Alpha and Greenbelt, and especially taking with our Purity juice boxes so that they stay hydrated.
Was ever a mother of 5 kids so composed? A working mom with a child for every day in the work week, but who makes life sound like one long weekend. Taryn, we salute you, your husband, and your own mom on a job excellently done. And thanks for the inspiration.
Okay, I have a confession. I watch her stories and I feel like I could have more kids just because she makes it look so easy. Like she does cloth nappies and she's so hands-on and I love it. Her family is so beautiful.
Yeah, you've got some gorgeous kids. You've got a beautiful family, but clearly it's all about family. So, Taryn, we salute you, girl. Thank you for inspiring us. I don't know if I could do 5 kids, man.
Ooh,
we applaud you and thank you, Purity, for inspiring us as well.
I hope you always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing. It all begins with Purity.
Yes, Mzansi, we're back again, and it's another edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ching, 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 of course. And we're joined by 2 special souls this morning. We've got the TikToker Lonel Levis in the building. And if you have any questions for him and Chef Clem, then please join in on the discussion and send us your voice notes to our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. And before we even get into it, obviously the voice notes have been coming through. Here's one that I want to check out, and it is from Grace. Let's hear it out.
Good morning, breakfast show. I would love to ask Lonel, how did he fall in love with the kitchen? How did he fall in love with the kitchen? And I love what he's doing, and I'm definitely going to try out his recipe. Bye.
Nice. Loves what you're doing, and I think a lot of people can agree. But where did your passion for cooking come from, man?
So definitely, like I said previously, my family. We love cooking. My mother, my aunts, my cousins, we love cooking good food. So I would say I learned from them.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to ask you a question before we get into this, because I was looking at your videos and I'm trying to figure out, how do you actually shoot them? And I'm sure a lot of people would be inspired to, because it's like, sometimes I see 2 hands there, then I think to myself, where's the camera? I'm like, okay, your phone's here, so do you like put it in your chin like this, or is it in your mouth? How does it work?
So that is what a ring light is for. I place my phone in the ring light.
Okay.
And then I record.
See,
sometimes I have it in my hand.
Okay, all the tips to you this morning, Mzansi. All right, so we have something special, and I'm smelling it already. It smells absolutely delicious. It looks so good, and I'm seeing all the colors of the ingredients right now. But this is another video that racked up around 160,000 views. Whoa. It definitely has us interested. So take a look at this before we tuck into it right here in the kitchen.
Want me to make groente soup for you? I'll make it just for you, Malala. Just for you. Let's go. So I'm going to start off by rinsing this pack and grating it. You can blend it, but my mother grates it, so I'm just gonna do what she does. So you see, I got my carrots. What is this? Wrap, turnip, I think. Onion, tomato, potato, celery. I think this is chives. So I'm just going to grate everything and use the small side of the grater. Use 1 full bag of split peas and half a pack of soup mix. Now rinse it until this water is clear. Get you a nice big pot, add your peas, add all your grated veggies. Now this is where the krach lies, the strength in the soup bones. So add in your bones, about you measure. Now I like meat in my soup, chewing beef or whatever. My cousin used lamb knuckles one time, so I'm gonna use lamb knuckles. I asked my mother to make it, she's like, Ajay, Ma, lamb knuckles is dear for soup, but like either way you're gonna eat it, whether it's in soup, in biryani, whatever. Adding my lamb knuckles and boiling water. And that's it basically. Now you just let it boil like for a couple of hours until everything dissolves. Let it boil, cover the pot.
Oh, I absolutely love it. But don't worry, we are about to find out exactly how to put all the krach into this meal right now. No, one thing I noticed is that you are smart and wise beyond your years, because everything I hear there is about, my mother did this, so I'm just going to do this.
Exactly.
I think that's probably the smartest thing ever. You want to question those historical moments that have been passed down from generation to generation. So it's boiled down to this, and excuse the pun there, but boiled down to a beautiful soup which you're going to put together and show Mzansi just again how easy it actually is to do it. And then Chef Clem standing by just to slide in some tips, because I know he's got that eagle eye watching.
Oh, I love this recipe. Do you want me to be your chef? Do you want to talk and I'll do the...
Exactly.
Okay, where do I begin?
Okay, so first we've got our grated veggies over here. We've rinsed our split peas and the soup mix. We have our meat or bones, whatever you want to use. So literally, we're just throwing everything in the pot. Everything. I never knew it was so easy.
Okay, all right, I got it.
Question, how come we're not, like, maybe braising the meat before?
Some people do that.
Yeah?
So it just depends how you basically...
Or how you like the texture.
How you like it, yeah. Some people like the roast and the fragrances in it. So that's why I'll always add disclaimers. I'll be like, my mother does this, so I'm doing it this way.
It's that way.
Exactly.
I like that. So the pan's obviously, the pot is nice and hot. One thing I also noticed is the bigger the pot, the better. It's almost like in our culture, especially, you want to have one of those big stainless steel ones, because we've got so much family to feed, and especially for the sounds of it, your food tastes good. So you need to get the biggest pot available.
Right.
How are we looking there, Cliff?
Looking good, smelling good. I like everything just goes into the pot. You add your water.
You add water last.
Exactly, and then it just all cooks. Are you now that your family knows you cook, are you responsible for like dinners, lunches?
So we actually take turns.
Okay.
Me and my brother cook during the week, and my parents cook on a Sunday.
And I respect that decision.
Is it like a challenge between you and the brother?
So my brother...
Like outdo each other every week.
My brother has, I don't know what's the English word, but my brother has a hand. So he cooks like breadies and like breadies and like what like old people.
Yes, that takes lots of time. Yeah, it takes long,
and he gets the taste like.
Okay,
So
nice.
he's good in that way. I would experiment like chicken alfredo and things like that.
Nice, I like that. You're more the artiste. You're replicating stuff. I like that.
There we go.
But it sounds like it definitely runs in your blood when it comes to cooking. So keep that, run with it. And of course, already taking over TikTok. And I don't know what else is going to be next. You've taken over our kitchen right now this morning, but we're grateful for it because the smells I'm getting for this, it's delicious. Is that it?
That's it.
And it's done.
That's it.
Goes for hours. I love it.
I think this is something even someone like Tabiso can make, man. That's how easy it is. Let's find out. But, of course, Mzansi, you want this recipe, then you get over to expressoshow.com. Lauren Nell is going to be joining us and be sticking around to show us some more of these hearty, home-cooked meals that are going to be right there with us for winter and the perfect opportunity. And, of course, I want to encourage you at home to join in on the conversation right now. Send us your voice notes. Come through on our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. And maybe we can solve your conundrum right here.
Christmas comes early on Expresso as Golden Cloud and Beacon search for South Africa's best friends baking duo. You and a friend stand a chance to win the grand prize worth 50,000 Rand in the ultimate Christmas in July bake-off. To enter the challenge, create your bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon. Share your photo of the bake on the Golden Baker Search Christmas in July edition competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages, or WhatsApp line on 063-814-2300 using hashtag Golden Baker Search. And tell us why you are SA's best baking duo and why you think your creation is the best. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing live on Expresso for the grand prize worth 50,000 Rand. The winning duo to be crowned live on Expresso this July. Brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries close on the 17th of July. Details and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
You'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing, that you'll be brave and joyful and kind, and that one day when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Introducing new Panado Pediatric Syrup 5ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back to it. Yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. We're live here on S3 now. It is not flesh and blood, but it's the heart that makes a son. And Panado is giving you the chance to win 2,500 Rand daily by telling us about your amazing son's achievements. And today, we're announcing our new next lucky winner.
Can we have a drum roll, please?
We need it.
Woo!
We need it. Let's
Drum
go.
roll Congratulations to Zanele Mgudi. She is our winner this morning. Now, Zanele commented on our post saying, I nominate my son. He got a Goldie badge at school for doing well academically and in sports. And of course, she used that hashtag, a dose of care. And guess what? We actually have Zanele on the line right now. Good morning, Zanele. How are you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm well, thanks, and yourself?
My ZZ, speaking to a winner, I mean, come on, you can imagine how we're feeling, but how are you feeling with this 2,500 Rand coming your way?
I can't explain the feeling because I've never won anything before, so I'm so excited.
Well, it is not a joke. You are walking away with 2,500 Rand thanks to Panado. But I want to ask you, what is your favorite memory of yourself and your beautiful son?
Last year on his birthday, he got a gift voucher. And then on Christmas, he decided to give it to me. And then I was like, no, it's yours. And he was like, no, this is my token of appreciation for everything that you do for us. It doesn't go unnoticed.
This is beautiful, Zanele. So are you going to keep the 2,500 Rand prize money for yourself because that's a token of, self-appreciation for being such an awesome mom? Or are you going to be spending the cash with your boy?
I have to spend it with my boy. I'm going to buy him new soccer boots.
Oh, He is going to enjoy that. Well, Zanele, you are the winner this morning. Congratulations. Enjoy. Use that 2,500 and wisely. Spoil your boy, but also don't forget to spoil yourself as well.
I will definitely do that.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. Mazet, Zanele, congratulations. You know, all of these achievements, they deserve to be celebrated. Now, you also do stand the chance to be our next winner, and this is how you enter.
Celebrate our sons and win. Catch Expresso to stand a chance to win a 2,500 Rand cash prize from Panado each weekday morning from the 20th to the 30th of June. Nominate your son and tell us about their biggest achievement that you're the most proud of. Don't forget to use the hashtag #ADoseOfCare. Enter now. Each day's competition closes at 10 a.m. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to the final edition of the Culinary Hotline. Blink, ching, ching, ching. And we are still joined by two incredible souls right now. We've got the TikToking sensation, now Levis in the building, alongside our friend, our family member, our brother, Chef Clem in the building. So please do join in on the discussion right now. Send us your voice notes to our WhatsApp line. That's 063-408-8863. And of course, Clem, there are so many food trends that have been found on TikTok. I'm loving this world that you come from, essentially, because it has so much inspiration. Yes. Clem, is there anything that you kind of found? You play around on TikTok at all? Are you checking out any videos? You found any inspiration by any chance?
The one thing I love about TikTok is how it makes old songs from back in the day super popular.
That is true, yeah.
Right? And how they bring back dishes that have been like made for so long, everybody thought it was just like in the background. It'll just catch on fire, and then everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
And one of them is chili oil. I like making my own chili oil. Right? Oh. And now it's like a whole thing about making your own chili oil. So we're gonna make one. It's really quick, and it's kind of like you'll make it once, and you'll have it for like almost a month. If it lasts that long.
Nah, it's quite a cool conversation starter as well. Get your guests going like, try my chili oil. Yeah, I like that.
And then you go and get a label maker and you just start selling it. I mean, why not?
Why not? Nice, nice. Right, before we get into that as well, you carry on with that because we've got some voice notes coming through. We've got one from, I think it's Rondeo, I believe. Let's see if we can listen to this voice note and hear what they have to say.
Hi, good morning.
Oh, it's a video.
My name is Rondeo. I'm all the way from Kills River. What a beautiful morning. And Nanel, I must say, you have the same spirit you have on TikTok. Keep up the great work, buddy. And good morning to everyone listening and the Expresso team. You guys are also brilliant.
How cool is that?
That is
Your fans are
amazing.
reaching out to you, and I definitely do say that as well. Man, you're so natural in the kitchen. It feels like this is your safe space. No matter what kitchen you're playing in, your energy, your personality, I think, is what shines through. And it's definitely one of the reasons why you're doing so well on TikTok. So don't stop being your authentic self. I think everybody in Mzansi loves that.
Thank you.
As we've heard right now. So I do believe we have a video they want to share with you now because obviously TikTok's been taking over. So let's check this one out. We can talk about it and comment on this one. Clem, I want to hear what your thoughts are, but play that.
These should be a bit spicy. Then add salt.
Some chili oil here, right? Must be.
Red pepper flakes because I love its flavor and the beautiful red color.
All right, looks like, what is that going in there now?
That's chili powder.
Okay.
Cheese, chili flakes, and chili powder. That's, I think, a Korean chili powder. So there's also chili crisp.
All right.
Which is the other one, where you get these crispy pieces of chili in your oil. And it's so good.
And that voice you're doing is just making it sound even better.
It's great. Look at that sizzle. Oh, my goodness.
I love it.
I love it. Are the viewers at home getting asked for audio instead of audio the video?
They can hear everything you said right now.
Amazing.
I was captivated.
If I knew that, I would have called G. G puts on that, like, and then there's oil. That's so good.
We've been enticed enough. We're seeing videos. We're getting inspired. We've got specialists out here. Take us through how we can make this ourselves. Because like I was saying, it's a brilliant party starter, brilliant conversation starter saying, it's my chili oil.
Right?
How do we do this, though? Because it sounds
so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so in here, I've got... Here's the thing, you want a neutral flavored oil.
Yeah.
So an oil that's not going to give you flavor. So you can go peanut oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. Get into a pot, and what you do is you add it to the pot cold, obviously.
Okay.
To that, you're going to start adding things. I got ginger. Everything's very chunky. Okay, you don't want things to burn. So if it's the smaller the pieces, the more likely it is to burn. So keep everything chunky. So big chunks of ginger in there. Whole garlic, bay leaves, peppercorns. Star anise and cinnamon is in there. Okay. These are a different type of peppercorns. These are Sichuan. Okay.
Sichuan.
I love it. We didn't practice that. So you can smell it, and you can pass it around there. It's like it's very fragrant, and it does give a bit of a peppery bite. But what it does do, another thing that it does, which is amazing, is when you eat it, it makes your mouth tingle, and it goes a bit numb.
What?
Which is really cool, and you want that to happen.
So if I took it now, like with the culinary hot
Let's
try.
I have to try. Honestly, try one.
Okay.
Try one.
Okay, let me
And
try
you're gonna
one
feel the little tingle, and you're gonna feel a bit of numbing, and that's exactly what Sichuan does. Okay?
Oh wow, but like for a pepper, it does have a very floral sort of like ambience to it.
You would never like just straight up eat it just like that.
Oh, I feel it.
You feel the numbing,
feel it.
the tingling.
Yes,
yes. All right, so what you're gonna do is, she in that video, I see she used chili flakes, as you would have heard by my audio. I didn't even know we were running in the background. You've got to say stuff. Okay, so chili flakes go in. What you can also then do is use a ground chili, so a chili powder. You can do a bit of cayenne if you want, get that in there. Garlic flakes. I mean, I don't feel like we use enough garlic flakes. So it's just garlic that's just been dehydrated. So that goes in there as well. Okay, so we're gonna get quite a lot of flavor. Already it's a lot of chili, a lot of garlic. You can see the oil is starting to bubble. Now, essentially what you want is you want to see your garlic and your ginger just turn a bit brown on the outside. Then you're done. Then you turn it off. So once you turn it off, you don't want to go in at like super boiling like this. You don't want to burn the chili, and you don't want to burn the garlic, because there's sugars in there, and you don't want to burn that. So the sizzle slow down a little bit, and while that's happening, I'm going to ask the two of you. I've got some soy sauce, and I've got some peanut butter roll, if you want to do that for me.
Dude, my mouth is tingling, eh?
Mine.
I don't know how this is feeling. It's so weird. I didn't want to say anything, but like, I have to mention this. If you try this at home, Zanzi, it definitely does exactly what he says. It gives us a weird tingle. It's so interesting.
It really is amazing. And I always say that food that fights back is my type of food. Like, it's food that gets you involved, and this is one of them.
I've never had something like this before.
And I've found another ingredient that does it. It's like just like that. It's not quite cool. It's not hot.
No,
it's fragrant, and then that numb.
It's like alive.
Oh, it's so
what are we doing here?
Peanut butter, soy sauce in together. So we're gonna make some super quick noodles. Like I said, I'm gonna fast forward. So this is a little hot, but let me just give you an example. I'll use a strainer just to block all the aromatics. Pour that over your garlic and your chili, and you want it to sizzle, and let it actually cool down in that oil.
Okay.
And you see the color's gonna change. What I do is I leave my garlic and I leave my chili in the oil, but someone's taken it out, which is perfectly fine. The longer you leave it in, the more fragrant it's gonna become. So if you don't want like that extremely high heat, let it sit in there for like a couple of hours, then you're done.
Okay.
So, very quick. This is gonna be like the quickest noodle dish ever. Because I know you said you like noodles. If like you had a choice to go to, it's noodles.
Is that like your go-to food? I was gonna say, you have like many
fries,
options,
and
right?
you see, I don't have a favorite. So between fries and noodles.
Definitely on the list.
Definitely on the list.
Any others that I can say is on that list, or like any like top meals?
My favorite dish is oxtail.
Oh yes.
I love oxtail.
That's looking good, Raul.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so Raul's also, you've added the spring onions to it.
Yes.
Perfectly fine.
That's not supposed to.
Doesn't use it to garnish.
Oopsie.
But it's gonna do something amazing.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out together. So, okay, let's talk about, TikTok, like I said, it's all about the trends and what's happening at the moment, but sometimes they come up with some really ridiculous stuff.
Crazy ones.
Have you gotten here?
Like the diet Coke.
There we go. There we go.
The healthy Coke.
What is that?
Oh, it was balsamic vinegar, and you're adding sparkling water.
To balsamic vinegar?
And that's supposed to taste like Coke. It was horrible.
Have you tried it?
Yes.
Okay, and you said it's a no.
It was horrible. Horrible.
Okay, wow, that does sound interesting. I'm waiting for the rest of the ingredients. Like that's it. I'm like, huh?
That's it.
That's it.
No. Does not sound good. How are we doing this, Chef Clem?
Chili oil's in, that soy sauce, the peanut butter's in. I've got some egg noodles.
Smells nice.
Okay, super simple. These are fresh egg noodles. So all you want to do is you want to get it all coated, and the egg noodles take like 30 seconds to cook. It's really, really quick.
Voila.
Once you get that satay-ish sauce coated in there, you're gonna serve it up in a bowl. So we've got some over there with the extra spring onions, and you have to finish with extra chili oil.
And obviously the chili oil.
Top it off.
While Chef Clem's doing that, Donald, can I just say thank you so much for joining us in the kitchen.
Thank you for having me.
You have been a beautiful bundle of energy. You have inspired us. You maybe even inspired me to get on TikTok because, oh man, the love going out there is just remarkable. And of course, to all your fans as well, it's been incredible to see them crossing over and coming to your kitchen. And I just want to say, keep being your authentic, true self. We love seeing it, and we love being inspired by it. Chef Clem, as always, thank you so much for being a part of the edition of the Culinary Hotline. Blink, ching, ching, ching. Hope you enjoyed it, Mzansi.
I hope you'll always know how much I love you. hope that you never stop learning and growing. That you'll be brave and joyful and kind. And that one day, when you look at me and I look at you, we'll love the wonderful you that you've become. It all begins with purity.
Your generosity can ignite a love for reading amongst our youth. Share your homegrown story. See Cadbury Story Edition packs. There's a glass and a half in everyone.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Had so much fun. How good was our culinary hotline? Ding,
awesome.
ding, ding, ding. This morning, absolutely beautiful. There's Chef Clem. No, he's not a fire breather this morning.
Looks like it though.
I know. The ultimate flambe. But we put it to you guys this morning, seeing as we are so inspired by the foodies out there. Who inspires your foodie inspiration? Do you get it from the gram? Do you get it from TikTok? Do you get it from your granny's cookbook? Do you get it from your grand's account? But we'd love to hear from you. And Lebosile has weighed in with a voice note this morning. So let's hear where they get their inspiration from.
Morning, Expresso. My name is Ebisile Majola. I always go for Expresso websites, of course, and also I always use Siba's books and also cooking with Zanele. With those three, I know that I'm sorted. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like a little holy trinity there. I love that.
That's all the goods we need for this. And I think if anybody is looking for inspiration, then you definitely want to get in on that, because I think those three subjects are just perfect. We've got some more social comments coming through as well. Joan Cameron says, I have my late mom's recipe book, which I treasure. And then we have Chef Clem, who shares his delicious recipes with us. These mom's recipe books, they're like Bibles,
I've got my grand's old one, the banana bread recipe.
Oh,
it's like, you just don't get it like that anymore. I absolutely love that. But that's generational wealth, man. Then Ronnie Mulder Sr. saying, it is chefs like you that does it for me. Great technique and style. Thank you for the... Oh, you take it you were speaking to me, Ronnie? Thanks, man. I got you, Ronnie. I got you. T-Rod Touch saying, I definitely go to my grandma's recipe book for foodie inspiration. That's so cool, man.
I love it. Grandma's recipe book. I don't know where you get get your inspiration from, but we want to hear from you. So come through on our social media line, and we'll be talking about it and maybe sharing some of your tips to the rest of Mzansi. So come through indeed. For now, though, it's time to report on those official duties, and standing by is the beautiful Jamie Lee Domberg.
Oh, stop it. Well, it's time now to have another look at what's happening in and around the world. Starting on the national front, there has been a fatal shark attack at Plettenberg Bay. The National Sea Rescue Institute said a man who was attacked by a shark had succumbed to his injuries. Spokesperson Craig Lebanon said the Plettenberg Bay duty crew was activated yesterday afternoon following eyewitness reports of a shark incident involving a swimmer at Sanctuary Beach. The body of an adult male believed to be a local man was recovered from the water, he said. The man was declared deceased by a doctor. Lebanon said the Batau municipality closed all beaches in Plettenberg Bay. Then stage 6 load shedding was implemented from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. last night due to unlawful industrial action by some of its personnel at its power stations. Eskom has announced this. Now, the stages of load shedding were from midnight last night until 5 a.m. this morning when Eskom implemented stage 2. At 5 a.m. today, stage 4 was implemented, and this will be until 4 p.m. this afternoon when the power utility will once again implement stage 6 load shedding until 10 p.m. tonight. Cape Town's metro residents will remain on stage 4 load shedding. Then looking to news on the international front, the biggest stumbling block has been removed to admit 2 major new members to NATO as Turkey has agreed to support Sweden and Finland's membership of the alliance after it had initially opposed their bids to join. Now, Finland and Sweden are modern, Western-leaning democracies with well-trained and equipped militaries. Their accession will mean Russia's 2 Baltic Sea outlets at St. Petersburg and Kaliningrad will be increasingly isolated. They are joining NATO because Russia invaded Ukraine, intending to push NATO further from its borders, but it has instead achieved the exact opposite. Then the UN has called for an independent inquiry into the deaths of 23 people after hundreds of migrants tried to break into the Spanish enclave of Melilla from Morocco. Moroccan authorities say a number of people were crushed to death in a stampede on Friday after a section of border fence was cut open. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has blamed human traffickers, but the incident has provoked protest in Spain, with demonstrators saying the government's hardline policies are forcing migrants to take desperate measures. Then the amazing video of a leopard scaling a ladder out of a well in the Indian state of Odisha has gone viral on social media. The rescue effort started when locals heard growls and grunts coming from a well in the town of Redhakol. They immediately realized it was a leopard that couldn't make it out. They contacted firefighters from the region's forest and environmental department, who immediately initiated a rescue. After some discussion and peeking carefully down the well, they decided to drop a ladder to the animal. They also installed a net on one side of the well so that the leopard would head back into the forest and not towards the town. After some hesitation and scampering to and fro, the animal actually headed for the ladder and, exhibiting a tremendous agility, clambered out with ease and then hightailed it back to a forest nearby. Regarded as a vulnerable species, leopards are protected in India. There are an estimated 800 in the state of Odisha. India's entire leopard population is reported to have increased by some 60% to nearly 13,000 between 2014 and 2018. On that note, that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. It's time to have a first look at what's happening on the roads. Here's Tabiso.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee Domberg. A look at your roads this morning, just after 7 o'clock. Of course, at 4 minutes past 7, we start off out in Gauteng. Soweto, there is protest action on Elias Motsoaledi Road, close to the Dobsonville area. Now, that road over there is currently blocked with rocks and burning tires. Please avoid the area and make sure you use an alternative route. If you find yourself still out in Gauteng, Kempton Park on the R21 southbound, there has been an accident. That's after Atlas Road. It's obstructing the 2 left lanes. And heavy delays can be expected from Pomona Road. Please be patient on the roads this morning. KZN, out in Bluff, there is congestion on the N3 eastbound between the Ashburton interchange and Laz interchange. The average traveling speed is 10 kilometers per hour over there. 20 minutes delay expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. That's where we leave it for now. The next update in just over an hour. And now we take a look at a weather update. An important environmental discovery was made earlier this week in the frozen wastes of northwestern Canada. An untouched baby woolly mammoth was found frozen in the region's permafrost, and the first such discovery in North America. Now, the mummified ice age mammoth is thought to be more than 30,000 years old. It was discovered in the Yukon region, and the government compared it to Russia's discovery of a baby mammoth, Luba, in the permafrost of Siberia out in 2007. And the government said, and I quote, "It was the most complete mummified mammoth found in the North America and only the second such find in the world." Now, the baby, thought to be female, has been named Nunchoga, meaning big baby animal, in the Han language spoken by Native Americans in the area. Now, Nunchoga was unearthed after a miner called his boss over to examine something that was hit by his bulldozer in the mud of Eureka Creek, south of Dawson City out in Yukon. Okay, that's an interesting discovery right there, all right? So from environmental news to sunrise views, we're kicking off our 7 o'clock update with this one sent in by Andrew, who's out in KZN. He shared this view from his balcony this morning with the sun coming up from behind the palm trees. We also got one from Chirezi, who sent this one from out in Zimbabwe. Zim, stand up, showing off this orange lit sky. Louise sent this masterpiece from Alberton out in Gauteng with the sun highlighting the clouds, giving it an orange glow. And finally, Rose out in East London sent us that, oh, look at that, beautiful pink sunrise. Well, listen, we want to see your sunrise. Show us what your part of the country looks like as you get up in the morning. Send those pictures through to us on our WhatsApp line. It is 063-408-8863. And now we take a look at those temperatures, starting off with Polokwane. Your low today is 2. You will peak at 16 degrees. Mbombela, 8 and 20. The capital city, Pretoria, 4 is your minimum and your maximum is 18. Johannesburg, sunny times for you too, peaking at 15 degrees with Mahikeng coming in at a low of 2, reaching highs of 18. Klerksdorp, you'll start off at -1, reaching highs of 17 with Kimberley. Sunny times expected out there for you, 0, peaking at 17. Bloemfontein, -1, reaching a high of 18 with Richards Bay. Some sun and clouds expected over there for you. 8 is your low, reaching a maximum of 24. Pietermaritzburg, it's sunny out there today, 5 and 23, with Durban, the warmest place to be, 12, reaching a maximum of 23. If you're out in Mthatha, it's a sunny one for you, 3 and 23. East London, 11 and 24, with Craddock coming in at a low of -1 and a high of 20. Gqeberha, GQ, 9 and a high of 23, with George coming in at a low of 11 and a maximum of 23. Cape Town, the mother city, 12 and a high of 23. Worcester, 9 and 24. Sutherland, sunny times at 2, reaching a maximum of 17. Last, certainly not least, Uppington, 4 is your low, reaching a maximum of 21. That's what it's looking like across the country. It's a beautiful Wednesday. It's called Hump Day otherwise, and I know you're going to make it a beautiful one.
Yep, beautiful to the eye, just like our bright red outfits this morning that inspired us, fired us up. Colour really does have an effect on our mood, especially when it comes to our living spaces. So we're going to get into the psychology of colour and how you can apply that in your space with a brilliant panel in just a moment.
Yeah, bring on those moods. And we've got something for the kids as well. We've got arts and crafts coming through from the Crazy Store. So all the action's happening straight after this. Don't go anywhere, Mzansi. The magic will continue.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're about to talk about something absolutely special, so pay attention. Now, we don't spend a lot of time thinking about the use of color in our homes, yet it affects us daily. Now, the color of a room could impact your mood and even your thoughts. Now, this morning, we are joined by DIY enthusiast Lyndall Atkins. We've got alongside her two interior designers, Tammy Holmes and Danella Conti. Now, they'll be taking us through the psychology behind color in your home, as well as the latest winter decor trends for 2022. So join in on our discussions and send us your WhatsApp voice notes. That's 063-408-8863. And perhaps you have a question or a comment about sprucing up your home. Ladies, good morning. Looking divine. Lots of color. Absolutely love it. How are we doing?
Thank you. Good.
Good. I like that collectively everyone said they're doing it. I actually just found out about this over the weekend called dopamine colors or dopamine ways of thinking, where it actually ignites colors. When you see colors, it makes you happy. So that's exactly what we're talking about today. Tammy, I'll start with you as well. You know, when it comes to a space, and a lot of times people feel overwhelmed, they look at a space and wanting to incorporate softer colors and bring that happiness into the space, they don't know how to do it. So how do you recommend people start doing that?
I think that it all depends on the use of the room. So if, for example, it's a small perky room, but you want to create light and kind of give it a bit of a lift, then I would suggest you know, light yellows. It's very important to get the right tone, though. So often people think that there's a one-size-fits-all, so yellow equals happy, but yellow can also make you feel a little bit nauseous if it's the wrong shade. So you've got to get the tone right, and it's all about you know, how you want to feel in the space. So green for grounding, blue for positivity. You know, different colors obviously ignite different things in you.
Yeah, I think it's that emotion that speaks so strongly about this conversation for me. Danella, maybe I can ask you this question. We have the opportunity to use color to invoke this emotion, right? If I'm looking for something like peaceful emotion, how would I replicate that in the home? Because, I mean, our spaces can feel cluttered and the world we live in does get chaotic. How do I incorporate peace into my environment?
Okay, so if you go to the chakras, we've got the heart chakra, which is green. And green represents nature, which is like our call to just being relaxed. So tones of very pale greens like sea foams, mints, pistachios, and then mixed with, I don't know if you agree, but lots of whites and creams and texture, but that would definitely put you at ease quite quickly,
I like
those
that.
sort of colours, because they resonate with the heart.
I think just mentioning it, the way you said it, I'm like, oh, that sounds nice. I love
you are the person that brings peace into our home. You just need to speak. But for some people, black is also their happy colour. So, I mean, it also just depends on your mood, I can imagine. But what about for you, Lyndall? I mean, you are into very much doing your own DIY projects. How do you use colour to express your personality and incorporate that into your designs?
Well, I'm a mom, so I DIY a lot for my kids and for my family. So and a lot of my DIY is centered around the home. So I have to consider not just what I like, but what is best for my family, what they like, what my kids like. And I'm a big fan of black. So, for example, I built a playhouse for my kid. So it's in my backyard, but it's something for my kids. So the outside is very like neutral, lots of blacks, because like you say, I love black, like it's a happy color for me. So I did that. I did a little soft pink on the door because that's something she likes. But inside was like bam color, like color all over the place, because that's what makes my kid happy. So you have to think about the personality of the person that you're designing for, and also what is like, she said, like, what is the purpose of the space? So that's my take on it.
The psychology of colour.
And as a mom, I think sometimes we shy away from lighter colours because we think like, oh my word, we don't want it to be messy. But black is such a neutral colour as well, and you can play around with it for a white, it opens up the space, black, and then just have a nice little grading, and then that pop of color can still bring the color into the home. So I see what you did.
Different tones of black. You get like a really lovely tones of black. Black doesn't have to be like a harsh color. You get a kind of warmer tone of black. So that's the one I like, the darker kind of grey, almost black.
And something you'll also realize now, because you renovating
I was going to
your
say this. I
home.
messed around with a dark charcoal in my garden area just to kind of create some weird depth and the contrast that it brings with greenery.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
Like, for me, a nature boy, someone that's in the mountain, someone's the ocean, it just replicates some of that like magic and this like mystical depth. Tammy, I want to bring it back to you because I want to get practical with this conversation. Not often we have such a beautiful panel of knowledge here, but let's say for a lot of us coming home, it's a long day of work. We're living in this chaos, right? We kind of want to have the home reinvigorate energy within us. What kind of color can we play on to kind of provide that spruce of like, oh, I'm coming home, I've got to deal with a family, and is there a color that can kind of just wake you up and get you back to, okay, cool, I'm at home, I got the energy I need again, let's get into it.
Yeah, so again, all depending on the space, but you know, some people really love neutrals, and for them that makes them feel calmer and you know, more in control. But for me, it's definitely green. Green is my go-to, and as Daniela was saying, it's all about the tones, and so I would seriously recommend that there is a pop of green somewhere, and reds are very, very good at invigorating. Quite hectic using a red in a room.
Yeah, it sounds quite like overwhelming.
I would bring it in, yeah. So and it's not one of my favorite go-tos, but it's definitely, I definitely pick it up in decor elements and fabrics. So yeah, so I would say green is definitely your good one there, and it makes you feel like you're bringing nature into your home.
Yes.
Tammy, we are going to blame you if the entire South Africa now has a greenhouse. Guess what? This panel is not going anywhere. So maybe weigh in on the conversation. What is your happy color? Send us through those WhatsApp voice notes, maybe a picture of your living space. We'd love to hear from you. 063 408 8863. That's the number you can message us on.
All right, so while you think about getting creative in your home, maybe let your creativity run wild with the Crazy Store. Now, our DIY guru, you know Zoe, she never misses the opportunity to get in there. Yes, she took Jamie under her wing as they searched for their inner artist using the Crazy Store's wide range of arts and crafts supplies.
And I love this because it's just in time for the school holidays. So if you've got some crazy kids with too much energy and too much creativity that needs to come out, this is how you can channel that. Let's take a look.
Let's be honest, when it comes to arts and crafts, no one expects you to produce the next Van Gogh. The main thing is for you to have a lot of fun.
And today we'll be using these high-quality canvases along with some paint and some brushes to give you some new paint ideas for the little ones in your home.
And the magic is that we all are creatives. Yes, believe it or not, but the beauty is turning this simple canvas into something marvelous.
The Crazy Store really is a place to be when you're looking for canvases from A1 to A4 to canvas paint sets, as well as some fancy wood-mounted canvases. They really do have it all.
For today's arts and craft project from the Crazy Store, you will need some canvases, desk easels for smaller canvases, paint brushes, paint, cups for water, plastic forks, earbuds, and paper plates. Jamie, I thought for our first project we can do some cotton bud trees, something perfect for Nature Boy. What do you think?
I love that, and I think that you are the perfect person to teach me, so I'm going to follow you.
So step one, you will need your canvas, choose any size that you want, and start to draw a tree, but don't add your leaves just yet. This doesn't have to be incredibly detailed, but make sure you leave enough space between the branches for your leaves that will come next.
I've been hearing many people say trust the process lately, and this is definitely the case with this. What is the next step, Zoe?
So now we're going to use our earbuds. You're going to choose 3 of your favorite colors, pour them onto your paper plate. The colors can flow into one another, but don't mix them just yet. Now this is the fun part. Dip your earbuds into the paint. Make sure to get all 3 colors on your earbuds. Then you want to just press them down where you want the leaves, and voila!
People are so creative. I feel like more and more we're seeing more techniques and painting creations come about. No pressure, but what do you think of our paintings today?
I love it. Did you have fun?
I did.
See, that's all that matters. Are you ready to try out another everyday household item that we can do a fun craft with?
So what is next?
Next, we're going to use some plastic forks.
Zoe, what on earth are we going to do with plastic forks?
Well, Jamie, I'll show you. But first, let's get some blank canvases. We're going to move these paintings aside. This one is quite fun because we're going to stick to the nature theme. You can keep your canvas landscape. I'm going to keep mine vertical. And we're going to create a garden or just make some fun flowers using our plastic forks. Now, you can start off by painting some stems coming from grass, and I'll paint some stems coming from a vase. First up, let's start by choosing our color for painting the flower stems.
I think let's go for green.
Green is good. I'm going to paint mine coming out of a blue vase.
Another great thing that I thought about is that you can use this craft to gift to someone, maybe for your teacher, your friend. I'm sure someone would love this as a gift.
Oh, imagine Luca makes a beautiful painting for mom. How special is that? Or even something for grandma.
I'll cry. Okay, so while we wait for our stems to dry, what you want to do is pour some paint, ideally away from your previous paint because you don't want to mix them, and then using the flat side of your fork, dip it down into the paint, and then what it's going to create is this beautiful tulips. Another tip from me to you is make sure to wash your forks in between colors because you don't want to mix them.
When pouring your paint, be careful because, take it from me, one bad pour and the stuff is all over the place. It is amazing to see how these things come together. We just made tulips with forks. Now you can use your paint brushes to even out the lines of your tulips until you are happy with them. You can add on any other details you want. Luckily, the Crazy Store has different paintbrush types and sizes, so you can pick which best suits your design. I love how the red tulips pops against the blue vase. Yeah, this is quite cute.
Some artists will hate on me and say there's too much blank space, but the open space will speak for itself. Can we do a big reveal?
Let's do it.
Voila.
Oh, wow.
Zoe, yours is so pretty.
I went for the vase, but I love the fact that you played around with different colors. The red and the yellow just pops.
I don't know about you guys, but I definitely found some new artwork and an art piece for my new home. That being said, the best part about this is that it's easy and beginner friendly and you can definitely find a place on the wall.
It's going to look stunning on your wall, and the great thing is creating and painting has never been easier and accessible with all of these arts and crafts available at the Crazy Store. And now you have no excuse to let your inner artiste out.
Come on.
Well done.
Art, baby.
Hey?
Art.
Such a talented team we work with. I love that. And when you look at those prices, that's accessible creativity. So I really do suggest you get the kids involved. Use some of those awesome little hacks and tips, especially the Q-tips. Absolutely love that. Go create something special that your child can put up on their wall and own. Love it.
Yeah. Tap into your creativity with the Crazy Store and go check them out in store or online.
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
You can rest easy knowing someone's always watching out for you. Everflu C Immune Booster. We've got you covered.
Nourish your skin with Ingram's for Men, enriched with triple glycerine for 48-hour moisture and no stickiness. New look Ingram's. Your skin, your brave.
Introducing new Ingram's hemp oil range to nourish dry skin.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beautiful souls. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've been watching the show, you're probably hungry in some way. Maybe you are craving a hot, tasty and hearty meal right now. Well, Woolworths Home makes quality cooking effortless with their beautiful and very wide range of kitchen and dining products. When you say product, it undersells it, works of art. And our chef Clem Pedro is going to join us now this morning to take us through some of his favorite soup making tools that will help you get comfortable in the kitchen. And they do look beautiful. Each one is kind of a little statement piece, and it tests the season. I know the weather in Cape Town hasn't really been soup weather for the last couple of days.
How's the weather been?
We'll take it.
Summer.
We'll take it. But for me, the tomato soup with a little dunking bread any time of the day, any time of the year. But you do want the right kind of, especially if you're going to be serving it and kind of entering into that kind of space with your soup. Take us through your essentials, man. I'm seeing some beautiful items.
So the one thing that I did was I put together this list, and the items in here would not just be exclusively for soup, they'd work in like other ways as well, for like stews, for
comfort
curries.
food, yeah.
The season of porridge. Bring back porridge. I mean, so we're going to be using all of these little items, and they're going to be just helping us excel at winter. Let's start off with, let's start off with the pots, because I feel like, you know, that's where it begins, It begins in the pot, right? So for me, I feel like it has to be a pot, okay? The thing about pots is it's not just about the width of it, it's about the height, and that's where you get to build layers. And winter's all about the layering of flavors. So I've got my little one, okay, so my smaller casserole, the 20 centimeters, perfect for like when it's just you and Lindsay, right? And you don't want to be like cooking a massive amount, but you just want to be able to make something really delicious. And it's amazing how much I actually use this pot at home for so many different things. So the small guy really works. Its size as well, it plays in its favor. Then
champion.
Got the bigger, the one,
guy.
the admirable one that you really want. And Woolies now have their own range of cast iron, and I love cooking with cast iron. So for me, I love it because of the weight, number one, and the way that it isolates and conducts heat. And because of the weight of this lid, you can, like, it's got, you know, exactly.
That's gravitas right there, eh?
Right there. So what you're going to do when you're slow cooking something, or when you're cooking anything, for instance, especially even deep frying, because of the weight of the lid, you're trapping that heat in there, right? And that's where the magic happens. So you get like this really slow cooked, almost pressure cooked, like flavor, texture. So cast irons are both of these are dishwasher safe, on induction, gas, all of it. And that's what it's about.
And I love that. I mean, it's a statement piece, so you can have that out because it just looks beautiful. But that's the kind of thing you invest in that and you can hand it down to your kids kind of vibe.
That's about cast iron. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Then, let's go to the rest.
Two big ticks.
Soup mugs. I love soup mugs, especially the double-handled ones or the ones... The single ones are also pretty epic.
Beautiful, man.
And the thing again about these, it's the perfect size for just like soup. Get it like just you and Lindsay have it in the thing. It just like screams winter.
And it's part of the presentation. So if you're doing something sweet, if you want to just elevate the meal and show the love behind what you've cooked for your partner, presenting it like this, a couple of croutons, a little drop of kind of sour cream on the top. You know what I'm saying? Suddenly it's restaurant quality in your bed.
In your bedroom, exactly.
Your bedroom. Love it.
The next one is a pasta bowl. And these are just amazing. Think about it, soups also work really well in here, but scientifically proven, any food you eat out of a bowl is 50% more delicious.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and yeah, it's going to 50% of it's going to stay in the bowl because you've got that extended lip around that edge.
Exactly. So this is a pasta bowl, but I mean, amazing for pastas, soups, stews, curries, anything. Eat it out of the bowl.
I like that because you also, chances are you're going to have a nice slice of ciabatta or something, or toasted cheese going into that soup. It can rest nicely there. Perfect. Actually, I'm going to call it a soup and pasta bowl.
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice, okay.
I love that.
The tray. Here's the thing, winter, the part of the charm is the fact that you don't have to eat everything at the dinner table. You can, like, you know, if you're feeling a bit cozy, have a little picnic next to the fireplace there, like a little evening dinner type theme picnic, on the couch, brunch in bed on the weekend.
Yeah, don't leave the bedroom, man.
You need a tray, so sturdy, strong design. Handles, you need to be carrying things. A tray is how you really, really win at winter.
And that's a beautiful piece as well.
It's a beautiful piece.
The mix of the metal and the wood. It looks lovely. That is a statement piece in itself. Put it out there, put the drinks on top.
Do I have time to go through a few more?
Just come on, do it.
I'll be so quick. This is like little extra little Easter egg in here. A flask. Not just for your tea and coffee, because yes, it works really well for that. But what I do, especially now, thank you, Eskom. Right. Anyway, what I do is when I know the power's about to go off, I boil a full kettle of water and I pop it in here. It stays hot, like properly hot for hours. Tea, coffee, sorted in, load shedding, no worries. What I also do then is take the soup. I put the soup in here, hot. Take it to the office. You don't even have to go to the microwave. You got hot soup. And because you made enough and it's in a big jug, you can share.
I was going to say, well, in a place like this, you know, the round table is going to demand it. They're going to absolutely demand it. And lastly, this is a gorgeous little...
Yeah, so when it comes to storage, I love these. It's glass. You can see exactly what's in there. Bamboo, very sustainable. And the thing is, literally pour it in there, stack everything in your lunch bag. Nothing's going to go anywhere. It's got that rubber seal in there. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
It looks great,
Get a soup ladle. Stop playing with little teacups. Get a proper soup ladle. And get this little guy over here for all your garnishes. These work so well at adding flavor, texture, and just so much dimension to your soups. Get these things. You'll be properly happy that you got all these items. And this is how you're going to conquer winter this season.
Oh, and I love it.
Pick one.
Cast iron, definitely. It has to be the cast iron, but I might take one of the... Oh, thank you.
You know this...
Oh, I appreciate it. Now, I'll take the soup in the bowl right now.
Do it.
I love it. It is all about comfort food. It's about creating that safe, beautiful, warm, cozy space in your home, and these are the utensils to absolutely do it. And it's accessible. You can find them in-store, online, or the amazing Woolies app, which also has inspiration on how to utilize the utensils. So get online, check it out. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Can I have some soup? What's the drink?
Oh, absolutely love it. This design inspo coming through, yeah?
And the food.
And the food, of course. It's designing my belly into something that's just craving all this good stuff. And we're going to carry on with the good stuff right now. And asking you the question, are you looking for a sleekly designed smart closet for your home?
Well, the thing is, I am. I always am, and it's possible. So stop what you're doing right now, because Kuhle was recently on site at the Samsung Bespoke Room at the Design Quarter, and this is what she has in store for us. A closet that allows you to care for your delicate clothing items, okay, from the comfort of your home. Oh, yes.
Say no more.
Oh, yes.
Imagine an appliance that added an instant upgrade to your already stylish home. Renowned for consistently seeking ways to innovate home appliances to better fit your preference and needs, Samsung has caught our designer eye with the introduction of their hairdresser. Here to tell us more about this incredible innovation is product lead home appliances for Samsung South Africa, Mark Mackay. Mark, please share with us more information about this smart device that we must have in our homes.
Samsung South Africa has launched something brand new in clothes care in the South African market. A smart cupboard, if you will. Imagine a cupboard that would deodorize, remove creases, remove allergens and bacteria. A new way of taking care of your clothes that's more convenient and more sanitary than traditional washing.
Wow, please tell us more about the smart features that comes with the hairdresser.
Yeah, smart is nothing new to Samsung. We've got something called Smart Things, an app that's a centralized hub to control not only your TV, your hairdresser, but your home appliances, your refrigerator, your washing machine. What does that mean? That means that when you realize you have a big date tonight and you want to refresh your favorite dress, you can do it while you're sitting at the office and the hairdresser is at home.
What do you think is the one feature that the hairdresser will have people surprised by?
I can't choose just one. There's two features. The first is the sheer convenience of it all. The fact that clothes care can be much quicker, much more efficient. The second is the sanitization feature. The fact that clothes in this world where people are much more alert to bacteria, viruses and allergens, that those can now be taken care of in a quick, convenient manner. I think that's what's really going to blow the minds of South Africans.
Mark, thank you so much for giving us insight on this innovative, smart in-home clothing care appliance. I would love to see how it works firsthand. My first thoughts on the Samsung hairdresser is how sleek it looks. The technology is perfectly packaged and the sleek design that seamlessly integrates in any space. This is it, Mark.
Kukre, this is it. This is the hairdresser. As you can see, it's designed to be minimalistic in its look. It's got a mirror to make sure that when you're done refreshing, you can see exactly how good you look. It's been manufactured in such a way that it can be installed anywhere. In this sense, it could be in your cupboard at home, it could be in the bathroom, wherever you've got power. It doesn't need plumbing because it's got a water tank that you can fill up, and as a result, can install this machine anywhere that you like.
Wow, that looks uber convenient for anyone. I think what I'm finding interesting are the hangers as well, Mark.
These hangers are key to the success of the hairdresser. If you look inside, you'll see that they're hollow. And the reason for that is so that when it's refreshing, it can run steam and hot air through the hanger and will actually steam and remove odors and allergens from the inside out.
Just looking at the inside and the design, I see there are also different compartments where you can place other items of clothing that you can't necessarily hang, right?
You're 100% right. So there's a removable shelf here. The reason it's removable is so that you can have long items like a beautiful evening dress that hangs on the left-hand side. You can put the shelf back in and you can actually steam your shoes or your trainers or any other delicate items that you might not want to hang and steam.
Also your masks, your hats, your scarves.
The possibilities are endless.
I love it, Mark. I think South Africans would be surprised by the fact that it doesn't require any plumbing when it comes to installation and how specific Samsung is with their designs, from the smart hangers down to the integration of your smart devices. We have seen the inside. Can you please show us how it operates, Mark?
Kukle, we try to make these nice and intuitive to operate. Simple operation for easy use. You'll see there's a control panel on the right-hand side, and it starts off as easy as just pushing the power button. There's a little hello.
Hello.
Wishing you a good start to the day. There's a number of options, and within each of those options, there are programs. Within clothing care, for example, there's a daily care, a quick care, a number of items depending on what clothes you're actually treating. That AI technology is going to learn what you use the most often and is going to recommend it so you don't spend all your time paging through options. There's also drying and sanitization and refresh cycles. And once you have your preferred cycle, it's as simple a matter of holding down the start button and it's going to take care of the rest for you.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Truly your closet of the future, right? What left me in awe about the Samsung hairdresser is the fact that it's a multifunctional innovation which can steam and sanitize your clothing and also dehumidify the room which it stands in simply by leaving the door open. Mark, after everything that you've shared, I'm pretty sure our viewers would love to have this appliance in their homes. Where is it available?
Kukle, this brand new technology, this brand new product is available now. And I'd encourage South Africans to get in store and find out how it'll change their life.
The Samsung hairdresser is a sleekly designed smart closet that allows you to take care of your clothing items from the comfort and convenience of your own home. The fact that it doesn't require any plumbing has enhanced my view on this on-trend innovation.
Ooh, looks good.
All right. It does. That's like a next level way of sprucing up your home, which is our theme for this morning. So hopefully that's got you inspired to tap into innovation as Samsung brings it your way. Go on to samsung.com/ZA/innovation. I love it.
Take lashes higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara. The curved brush volumizes and lifts lashes vertically for a wide-eyed lash look. Hemp seed oil conditions for healthy-looking lashes. Go higher. New Revlon Eyes Wide Open Mascara.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show here on S3. It's all about the homes this morning. And earlier on, we chatted about how you can use color in your home and how it can impact your mood. Now it's time to chat more about some winter trends for 2022 and how you can give your home a warm winter feel. Now, join in on this discussion by sending us a WhatsApp on 063-408-8863. Maybe sharing the color scheme in your home, or if you'd like advice on how to use color in your home, we have this expert panel here to answer any questions for you. So, ladies, thank you so much for staying with us. I do believe we have a WhatsApp voice note.
Before we get into the conversation once again, we've got so many voice notes coming through. You guys have an impact on the show, so well done. Everybody's wanting to hear from you. But firstly, we've got this voice note from CJ. So let's hear what CJ, I hope it's a male or female, has to say.
Tammy Holmes is helping us. Yes, we are sprucing up a home. Tammy Holmes is helping us. We're so excited! Go, Tammy!
Tammy, you have a fan. You clearly are helping someone out there. With that, you know the voice? You recognize?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. It's one of my clients. I'm blushing.
Oh, thank you for that, CJ. So let's get into the conversation quickly. I mean, we've got voice notes, we've got so much to share, we've got videos, but then I just want to talk to you about this topic of winter warmth, that nostalgic feeling. How do we use color to incorporate that into our space, but still not have it being like something that's too overpowering or too overwhelming? What's your key, or what's your tips on that?
Okay, so let's assume you've got a pretty neutral house, okay, and it's creams and beiges and stones and whatever. Winter, you could very easily just add soft pops of color with things that are easy to pack back in the cupboard, like scatter cushions. So you could decide this winter I'm about rusts and coppers and warm reds, and play around with those in terms of your couches and your chairs. Add a rug at the base of a coffee table. That's also something that's not a major investment piece that you can just have as a bit of color to ground and hold the fire feeling.
I like that.
For winter.
And it also isn't something that's too permanent, that allows you to obviously change it. Next week I'm feeling a different feeling, you just switch up the cushions. So that's also easy. I like that.
You make it sound so easy. Every single one of you make it sound so easy to like remake over your home. But Lyndall, you've actually trained yourself to incorporate wood into the space. You've designed some beautiful wooden pieces. How do you do that? How do you say, okay, this is a texture or piece of wood that I want to incorporate, and then transform it? How do you get about doing that?
Well, you decide on what you want to DIY. Okay, so I'm all about reusing things. So instead of like tossing out your furniture and like starting all over, let's take what we've got and like just give it a new feel. So for example, like I love this new trend of like paneling and things like that. So just adding like a piece of wood to an existing structure. So you could even take something like this couch and just like have a couple of wooden beams that's like nicely stained on the side, and just do something like just change things up. Take your regular coffee table and put some do some piping on it, or like fluting would be great on this. You could do like a fluted rounded table if you were tired of this kind of design, and that would be just updating it, give it a nice warm stain for winter, and there you go.
I'm loving it. Just listening to Lyndall like seeing things that you're just like, I can do this to it. Oh, absolutely love it. Look, we've got something awesome. Obviously, TikTok's been an inspiration for our food, but also for our design, and we've got a TikTok which we'd love to share with you. Check this one out. Ruth Govender coming through with a little makeover there.
Pleasing. Tell me, what are your thoughts on that?
Saw some yellows in there. Yeah?
Yes, I saw some pops of colour in there, which is great. And it looks nice and calm in there. It's a really nice, calm space, tranquil space. Yeah,
nice stuff,
well
Ruth.
done.
You got the approval from the ladies, so that's a massive tick. Tammy, maybe I'm going to ask you this. Obviously, with winter also arriving, we have these dreams of like being in this like cabin type of a feeling, or maybe there's this fireplace, right? And a fireplace is something that is so like synonymous or anonymous with just like that feeling of just being cozy in winter. If we don't have a fireplace, though, can we still somehow use elements just to recreate that feeling of warmth and like the room just being a blanket that comforts you?
Yeah, for sure. And I think further to Daniela's point is it's about bringing in those colours, so the rusts and you know, yeah, there's various also layers, you know, chunky woolen blankets, anything that makes you feel cozy. So lots of candles. Just layer your home so that it feels warm and cozy. And bring in some of those warmer colours. And then I love plants. I'm big into plants. So although that is a cooler feeling, it definitely makes you feel a little bit like you're being, you know, hugged, cocooned, hugged by nature, you know.
Please don't tell Ra this, because I need to tell you, everybody, Ra has plants in his home that is practically dying, and he keeps trying to think that he's reviving it. The plant is literally like on the edge, and he's like, don't worry, give it a month, so please don't tell him.
Leave no man behind. Can you have too many plants, just on that note?
I don't think so.
All right, there you go. Plant away.
I want to bring it back to you. Something you're all speaking about is space. Not a lot of people have a huge space to work with. So something I'm seeing, and it's very trendy at the moment, is using dividers to actually separate the space. Is that something useful you'd incorporate into the home as well?
Yeah, if you've got a large space, like dividers are great. And I'm living for this trend of like huge dividers where they actually use like wooden slats like built in to like actually physically divide a space. I've even seen some where it's actually on like a dresser, and it's got the divider coming up. So it's like a piece of furniture that's actually being used as a divider. I'm loving that. But you can even just use like a rug to divide a space, a huge area rug just to divide a space into sections. So there's like some great ones out there that I'm just living for. If you have a big space, awesome.
Oh, I'm living for this conversation.
We need to be best friends with
like,
over to our spaces. Like, change it up.
You'll be getting lots of DMs from myself and Jamie from Willie. But ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This has been an incredible conversation. I think so fitting to the theme, but also just giving us a bit of an education when it comes to taking risks, being a bit out there, but also guiding us in the right direction. And you've done that so brilliantly. So thank you so much. Of course, for you, Mzansi, you can find them all online. There are qualified professionals as well as entrepreneurs. It's an amalgamation of some good stuff, but there's all the inspiration you need, and they've got it online for you. So we're going to keep that inspiration going right now and head back to the kitchen.
Yes, my friend, we are back in the kitchen. I've been waiting the whole day to do that. Yes, Lonelle is still here as well, and we're about to delve into a classic dessert. And I think classic desserts are always being reinvented, and nothing beats a classic crumble with a twist. So if you can't decide between apple or pear, why not combine the both of them and then spice it up with the use of some Sichuan peppercorns to make our classic Sichuan apple and pear crumble. Lonelle, I've never made anything actually with Sichuan peppers before. Have you made a crumble like this before?
Actually, never.
Oh, brilliant. So this is a first for both of us. So, buddy, we're going to take it step by step. I'm loving the flavor combinations here. I know you're not the biggest fan of kind of warm or stewed fruit, but for me, a crumble is perfect for this time of the year. I know we've had some amazing weather, but it's that mixture of textures for me, that you've got the crunch, you've got the soft, and obviously we've got a hit of hecha with very aromatic peppercorns. And of course, Lonelle has been doing this on TikTok, and I have a feeling this might take a route to TikTok at some point. But buddy, you're going to have to throw yourself in here. So where do we begin?
So we're going to start off with caster sugar. We're just going to add it to our pan. We'll just move the pan. And then we're going to add our Sichuan peppercorns.
And they are very aromatic. If you smell them, they really are a level above your normal peppercorn from the Sichuan province in China. And I've heard about Sichuan chicken, and you know, there's something about the spice that really does elevate meals. So I think it's going to add a very interesting flavor profile to our crumble here.
Indeed. So I just added the maple syrup, and what we're going to add now is cinnamon. Yep.
Sure. And even maple syrup in itself, when you compare it to other syrups or even a honey, it's also very aromatic. It's got quite a pungent smell to it, very distinct taste. So this is going to have, I call it the flavor bazooka. It's going to have a very dynamic kind of nose as well as, I think, taste profile. Beautiful.
Then we're just going to add some water, not too much, just a little bit.
Okay.
And we keep on stirring it. We can turn up the heat a little bit.
I think this is where the caster sugar helps, because a smaller grain, it's going to dissolve a lot more quickly.
Exactly,
so That's a good idea.
So
you can smell the pungent aromas coming off that already. I love that. So while you are doing that, I've got my gloves on, yes, so I'm going to be working on the crumble. And this is where our magic ingredient steps up. And I think why I love working with the Clover Classics, an ideal and a versatile fat spread that can be used daily for spreading, obviously, but for cooking and baking as well. We've used it in so many of our wonderful creations. So get this, it contains 7 vitamins and is made with a touch of clover cream as well for a smoother spreadability, and you really do get that. But in this case, obviously, we're using it to elevate our crumble, and a crumble really simple. We've got our flour, we've got our fat spread, and a little bit of brown sugar. And I think the brown sugar is great because it caramelizes that much better, I think. So you're going to have that beautiful brown, crunchy kind of crumble on top that's going to have a beautiful sweet edge to it.
Right.
So I'm going to get stuck in. How's it going then?
It's going good, 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 good.
Okay, so now we've got, I suppose, the vehicle for transferring all the flavor, and now we're going to add our apples and our pears.
Yep, so we're just going to take our apples and our pears, and we're just going to chop it up into these kind of chunks.
I love it. And I mean, you can push the boat out a little bit. I think for this kind of, for a crumble, apple does really work well.
Yes.
There's something kind of comforting and homey about it. But any of these kinds of fruits, their flavor profiles will go well together. But this screams comfort food for me. And it's the smell that's going to be going through your whole house as this bakes and permeates. That in itself is worth it. Oh, beautiful.
And we're mixing the apple and the pears together instead of having either.
Yeah, you don't have to choose. So what's the inspiration at the moment? Because you do some pretty cool stuff. I know you do some of the home classics, but you also push the boat out a little bit. What is the inspiration next? What's the next recipe? Or just give us a little teaser that you're going to be tackling on your TikTok page, dude.
So like I said previously, I generally do recipes that my audience suggest me to make, or I'll hop on trends that I see on TikTok. So I know the latest one that I did, and what's always trending is tangulu. I don't know if you've heard of tangulu.
Tangulu?
Yes, it's like a Asian snack in which you take fruit and you coat it with a sugary syrup. So it's almost like a toffee apple.
Yeah. Oh, I'm down for that.
That's amazing.
I love it. Were you always, did you have the spark in you, or has TikTok brought that out? Have you always been like a foodie, an undercover foodie? When did this kind of come out to this degree?
I love good food. I love good food. I don't eat that much, which people find it hard to believe. I don't eat that much, but I love good food. So we're just going to toss this in.
Beautiful stuff. Then you obviously cook that down,
Yes.
let those flavors infuse, and then once it's in our ramekin, we layer over our beautiful crumble, and it goes in the oven, and we create history. Absolutely beautiful. I think the scents going through your house alone will be enough, and if you want to find this recipe, you can find it on expressoshow.com. Now, Lionel is not going anywhere. In fact, a little bird told me that this is not the first time he has been in our studio. If you want to see a picture that speaks 1,000 words, take a look at that little face, man. Oh, my word. That was about 9 years ago.
That was 9 years ago.
So, yes, he's got a beautiful voice as well. We might convince him to sing, but you can find this beautiful Sichuan apple and pear crumble recipe on expressoshow.com.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like? I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
Made with love by Clover.
yes, it is. Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso. Okay, lots more feel-good coming your way.
Oh, yeah, we've got a special duo coming through to entertain us. We've got Plascon DIY happening. But before we tuck into all that action, official duties must commence. And here's the beautiful Jamie Lee Domberg standing by.
Time to have a final look at those news headlines. Starting on the local front, the Department of Health has announced a second confirmed case of monkeypox in South Africa. The victim is a 32-year-old man from Cape Town with no travel history, which suggests a high possibility of local transmission. This comes less than a week after the first confirmed case in Johannesburg. The source and linkage of cases are still under investigation. Health Minister Joe Phala has urged the public to observe good hygiene practices and other preventative measures to prevent the spread of this virus. Then there has been a fatal shark attack at Plettenberg Bay. The National Sea Rescue Institute said a man who was attacked by a shark had succumbed to his injuries. Spokesperson Craig Lambinon said the Plettenberg Bay duty crew was activated yesterday afternoon following eyewitness reports of a shark incident involving a swimmer at Sanctuary Beach. The body of an adult male, believed to be a local man, was recovered from the water, he said. The man was declared deceased by a doctor. Lambinon said the Beto municipality closed all beaches in Plettenberg Bay. Then looking to news on the international front, Kenya has overtaken South Africa to become Africa's top exporter of avocados. Demand for avocados in Europe and Asia has seen a rise in the number of Kenyan farmers and exporters. In central Kenya, where the majority of the country's small-scale avocado farmers are, coffee bushes are fast being replaced by avocado trees amid global demand and higher earnings. The billion-dollar avocado industry has been fueled by surges in international interest, and health and wellness experts now call it a superfruit. It's the country's leading exporting fruit. That being said, staying on the international front, the biggest stumbling block has been removed to admit 2 major new members to NATO, as Turkey has agreed to support Sweden and Finland's membership of the alliance after it had initially opposed their bids to join. Now, Finland and Sweden are modern, Western-leaning democracies with well-trained and equipped militaries. The accession will mean Russia's 2 Baltic Sea outlets at St. Petersburg and Kaliningrad will be increasingly isolated. They are joining NATO because Russia invaded Ukraine, intending to push NATO further from its borders, but it has instead achieved the exact opposite. That being said, on to some tennis news. With the big names in tennis strutting their stuff at Wimbledon in England at the moment, some lesser-known players are also making the headlines. And not just for their tennis talent, but British player Jody Burrage faced Ukrainian player Lysia Turenko in the first round of the tennis major in London on Monday, and reacted swiftly when she noticed a ball boy looking very much out of sorts. She then handed him a sports drink and some recovery gel that she had in her bag before a chocolate bar from a fan in the stadium also helped him to revive. The match was stopped for some 10 minutes before the ball boy was helped off the court. Now, Burrage said, and I quote, "I just reacted how I think anyone would have. He sure wasn't in a good spot." Burrage lost the match against Turenko, but in the process she won so many of new fans and also received a huge cheer. Later this week she'll also be back in the world-famous tournament to compete in double matches, and we wish her the best of luck. That being said, that is where I wrap your news headlines. It's time to have a final look at the sports. Here's Graham.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Let's start with rugby news and music to our ears. All 50,000 seats will be filled at Loftus when the Springboks host Wales in the first of 3 test matches this coming Saturday. The Tshwane-based stadium will claim the record of having hosted the biggest crowd for a test match between the Springboks and the Welsh Dragons here in South Africa. It's also a match in front of spectators on home soil for the Springboks, first time since the 2019 World Cup victory, in fact. And the terms of that team will Jacques Ninoba. He's gone with a tried and tested mix. Biggest surprise, though, coming at fly half, where Elton Yankees will start ahead of Andre Pollard. Then Salman Murat, understandably, and Elrich Lowe also get in line to make their debuts after being named on the bench. Then we turn to cricket. Centuries from Nat Skyver and Alice Davison-Richards helped give England a 44-run first innings lead against the Proteas women on day 2 of their once-off test. Now, Skyver walked to the crease with the side in slight trouble on 86 for 3, going on to withstand the pressure from the South African bowlers, including Annika Bosch. And she weighed in with 3 for 59 before smashing 15 fours on her way to an unbeaten 206-ball 118 in a stunning partnership worth 207 runs with Davison-Richards. She recorded 107 off 194 balls herself. And England passed that 300-run mark and looked to reach stumps with 5 wickets still in hand before Sekhukhune claimed a confidence-boosting wicket on the last ball of the day to get rid of Davison-Richards. Then we turn to tennis and the action actually happening on the grass courts of Wimbledon. World number 1 Iga Swiatek, she recovered from a dip in her level in the second set to see off Croatian qualifier Jana Fett 6-love and 6-3 in the Wimbledon first round yesterday, and then extend that incredible winning run to 36 matches. In fact, the Pole became the first women's player in the 21st century to win 36 consecutive matches. Then Simona Halep and Coco Gauff, they're also through to the second round, but sadly Serena Williams will have to continue to wait for that 24th Grand Slam title after losing 7-5, 1-6 and 7-6 to main draw debutant Harmony Tan. Then in the men's draw, Rafa Nadal, he overcame a huge scare to reach the second round, eventually beating Francisco Cerundolo 6-4, 6-3, 3-6 and 6-4. Then Stefanos Tsitsipas and Nick Kyrgios, they're also through to round 2 as well. They're not the best news to report on in Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton said, and we quote, "Time has come for action," after being the subject of a racially offensive term used by 3-time Formula 1 world champion Nelson Piquet. So Formula 1 and motorsports governing body, the FIA, condemned the 69-year-old Brazilian who made the comments during a podcast. Piquet was discussing an accident between Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the first lap of last year's British Grand Prix when he used the offensive term. The FIA added that it strongly condemns any racist or discriminatory language and behaviour. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this Wednesday morning. If you're about to hit the roads, let's bring you a quick traffic update.
Thank you very much, Graham. A final look at what's happening on the roads out there. Gauteng, 4 ways. There has been an accident on the N1 northbound. That's before William Nicol Drive. The left lane is currently obstructed and causing delays, so please approach with caution. If you're out in the Western Cape, Kraaifontein on the N1 outbound, there is a stationary vehicle that's at Joosterburg Vlakte obstructing 1 lane. Delays can be expected over there, so please be patient on the roads. KwaZulu-Natal, this one's for you. Hilton on the N3 eastbound. A truck has lost its load after Hilton Avenue, and the left lane is currently blocked. So please use an alternative route this morning to avoid any delays. Take it easy on the roads this morning. That's where we leave it for now. Now, beaches in Durban have been closed to bathers for the past number of weeks due to high levels of E. coli. Mxolisi Kaunda, mayor of eThekwini, says that they'll remain out of bounds this weekend when some 35,000 people are expected to converge on the Natal Harbour City for the first full capacity Durban July since COVID. Now, Kaunda said, and I quote, "Our teams are working day and night to finalize the repairs to the sanitization infrastructure that was damaged during the recent floods, and we're constantly monitoring water quality at all our beaches." He said that recent tests indicated that the water quality was improving at some of the beaches, and workers are continuing to repair pump stations, and further tests will be conducted this week to ascertain water quality. And Kaunda said an announcement in this regard would be made in due course. Now, from beaches to sunrise views, Ronel Marais sent us this beautiful picture from Kempton Kempton Park rather, out in Johannesburg, with the sun causing a glimmer of purple in the sky. We also got one from Fazia, who sent this one from Gqeberha. You can see she's showcasing that beautiful sun rising up from behind the ocean. Mark Bosman out in George sent this stunning safari shot of the orange sky. Look at that, man. Finally, we also got this one sent in from Memgie Dongo, who is all the way out in Zimbabwe, showing this beautiful view of the sun rising up with the clouds ahead in the distance. It's beautiful to see. Thank you so much for sharing your pictures. You can get yours through to us on our WhatsApp picture, 063, rather our WhatsApp number, to see your pictures. That's what we want to do, 063-408-8863. Show us what your part of the country, or even beyond the country, is looking like as you start your day. And now a final look at your temperatures, starting off with stunning clouds out in Polokwane. 2 is your minimum, reaching a maximum of 16. Mbombela, you start off at 8, reaching a high of 20, with the capital city, Pretoria, starting off at a low of 4, reaching highs of 18. Johannesburg, sunny times for you, 2, your minimum, reaching a max of 15. Mahikeng, 2 and 18. Klerksdorp, -1. That's where you will start off. You will peak at 17, with Kimberley coming in at 0 and 17. -4, that's your start. Bloemfontein reaching a high of 18, with sun and clouds expected out in Richards Bay today. 8, your minimum, reaching a maximum of 24. Pietermaritzburg, sunny times, 5 and 24, with the warmest place to be. That's for you, Durban, 12, reaching a maximum of 23. Sunny out in Mthatha, 3, minimum, reaching a max of 23. East London, 11 and 24. Craddock, -1, reaching a high of 20. Gqeberha starts off at 9, and you will peak at 23. George, 11 and 23, with the mother city coming in at 12 and 23. Worcester, 9 is your low, reaching a maximum of 24. Sunny times for Sutherland, 2, reaching a maximum of 17. Last, certainly not least, this one is for you, Uppington. Sunny times are expected. 4 is your minimum, and your maximum today is 21 degrees. And that's where we leave it for this morning. Get those pictures through to us on our WhatsApp line of your sunrise on 063-408-8863.
They are back. Yes, 2021 saw the release of a brand new album from one of South Africa's, I think, most decorated, applauded and loved bands for the last 3 decades. The Springbok Nude Girls are back and better than ever, and we love it. They are showing their longevity, their incredible work ethic, and of course, just this amazing talent that they have. They do occupy a special place in my heart and the hearts of all South Africans. And of course, Party Apocalypse is here to show how they rock. And before we chat to Arno and Theo again, here is a little taste of their new single called Emerging Submarines.
Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines, we are. Emerging submarines.
I did stress the word rock, ladies and gentlemen. Can we get a round of applause for the Springbok Girls? Look at you guys, man. I know I do act like a kid at Christmas whenever I see you, because it is just so exciting to me. You're part of my DNA, I think, in my psyche, in terms of being introduced to this kind of music locally was just something so special. The fact that you are doing this now, again, in this way, how significant is that for you guys? What was it like getting back into studio, to get back into that creative maelstrom of creating an album?
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, it's part of our DNA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just do what comes naturally, and it's fantastic to kind of be back at it in a certain way. It's a new year. The album is not done yet. There's another single coming out, and things are still happening. And then slowly but surely, we'll probably start working on something new.
I love that, the fact that, and I think we love to like classify and pigeonhole people, but you guys have obviously been involved in your solo efforts. You've been very busy over this time, but there must be something magical about stepping back into this creative space. Have you been able to put your finger on, Theo, what it is that the Nude Girls does? What makes you so unique? How have you been able to carve this path for yourselves to this degree as a band? What is it that makes the Nude Girls who you are, man?
I think
we have when we met, we had very different styles of musical influences, and although our backgrounds were kind of similar, I like listened to metal when we just met, and Arno would listen to like a lot of alternative kind of stuff, and Arden was into jazz and that kind of stuff. And I think because each one of us was so different in terms of our musical influences, is what make the band so special. Like a lot of times when a band gets together, they all got like some band that they all like.
Yeah.
You know, like we like this
band. There's a true north, yeah.
Yeah, there's like, we like this kind of stuff, we're going to do this stuff. But none of us really, as the band evolved creatively, we indulged in each other's music tastes, you know, and adopted like kind of stuff that we listen to, but we do come from very different artistic backgrounds.
And you get that, and I think there's a reason why you've been able to create a space that is all your own. Is there an expectation then when you're creating an album to fit within that framework? How did this album come together creatively, or as it comes together, what's the feel and the vibe? What are you going through with this album? Because there always seems to be an underlying emotional or an intellectual question being asked, something happening. What was the vibe with this one?
Yeah, I mean, artists all over the world, we do reflect upon the world we live in. So, Partypocalypse, it reflects on the world we are in at the moment, and it feels like it's a bit of an apocalypse.
Just a little.
But the party continues, kind of thing, even if it's in lockdown in your own house. But so we are just reflecting, and the end of the day is we have got a sound. The sound is, you know, that's part of us. So. We have changed, but also music has changed.
Yeah,
so we change kind of with times, but you kind of keep to what makes the band special.
It's because what we want. It's what we need.
I think it's also for the first time, probably in human history, that every person on this planet had exactly the same problem.
Yeah, same experience of life.
Like normally, you know, like there's a forest fire somewhere, and all of us had to say, everybody tried to get the crap mask out of the car door that had breadcrumbs on it, so that you tried to.
And you'll wear it. And that's the thing. We have had this amazing shared experience. And I would imagine with this one, it's been an emotional journey as well for you guys. So I'm so glad we get to feel a bit of that emotion in this album. It's going to be not just for the fans of the new girls, but I think for an entire new generation to understand where South African rock comes from. Look at those beautiful faces.
Darlings.
Oh, we absolutely love it, and we want you to stick around for the rest of this hour, because Arno and Theo are not going anywhere. We've got a taste of some of their new music and hopefully a little sprinkling of something a bit nostalgic to hit the super fans right there, but stick around, they are not going anywhere.
Want to win a taste of the smooth life? Buy a Tropica, find your unique code under the cap, and stand a chance to win your share of 100,000 Rand worth of Uber vouchers. If you find the word treasure under your cap, you will win one of these 10 big prizes: a gas hob, a fridge, a clothing voucher worth 10,000 Rand, one of 3 Rest Assured beds, or one of 2 Uber vouchers worth 10,000 Rand each. You could also win a trip for 2 to the smooth Seychelles, or a whopping 250,000 Rand worth of prizes from Suzuki. So buy a Tropica today, and you could win big. See pack for details. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Yes, Mzansi, welcome back. Your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and what an incredible morning it has been. We've been chatting about sprucing up your home. Yeah. Now it's time to color your life and your home, of course, right? Yeah. And with a very handy Plascon DIY. This is for you, Mzansi.
And the thing is, right, we speak about this all the time. We all have that piece of furniture lying around at home. And if the question, do you have a piece of furniture lying around, speaks to you, and the answer is yes.
Yep.
Because I do too. Jamie shows us that with, a little love and a fresh coat of paint, you really can turn a boring piece of furniture into a designer piece for your home. Watch this.
We are back at it with another Plascon DIY episode, and it's all about upscaling that old pieces of furniture to something new, funky and trending. All it needs is a bit of love and care and a fresh coat of paint, and you have yourself a brand new designer piece of furniture. We found this old side table lying around in the storeroom, and we thought, look at it, it needs a little bit of love. So we are going to give it a whole new look, and let's get started. To get us started, you are going to need some sandpaper, a wood primer, your Plascon interior paint of choice, and not to forget your paintbrush. We have decided to go with the charcoal color from the Plascon Cashmere range. It has a beautiful matte finish just to elevate that furniture. First, we start by sanding down the surface of the table. Wipe off the dust with a damp cloth. Then, prime your furniture using Plascon wood primer. And there you have it. Primer is done. Allow it to dry overnight before moving on to the paint. So to make the table pop and give it a little more of that trendy design, we're going to spray the drawer handle bronze and give it a generous spray. Now that we've allowed it to dry, it's time to get to the fun part. It's time to paint. As mentioned earlier, we're using this beautiful charcoal color from the Plascon Cashmere called Tribeca Corner. Make sure to get a solid coating all over the surface. Then dry for 2 hours. Voila, and there you have it, your brand new designer side table. You're welcome.
Look at our Jamie Lee. Look at her go. Look at Jamie Lee becoming the DIY queen. I love that, the ability to take something that you might otherwise throw away and turn it into something new and inspiring and beautiful again.
I'm so here for it. It's like upcycling on another level, but look how well that piece fitted. Jamie, I'm actually very, very proud of you, if I do say so myself, and it's here from her right now, I guess.
Oh, thank you guys so much for calling me the new DIY princess. But from sprucing up your home to sprucing up things in the kitchen, we have something classic just for you.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover. We are about to bring some spice into your kitchen with shish tawook. It is a popular Middle Eastern skewered chicken dish. Now think perfectly tender and juicy chicken that's been marinating in warm, earthy spices, then combining that with the creaminess of Clover classic dairy snack that is... It is grilled to perfection, and Lonel is still with us. Here's the thing. Once you start with us, we're not going to let you go. You're family now, so now we're just going to keep you in the kitchen for everything. I even see you got some gloves on.
I've got it over here.
It's about to be some surgery.
Let's go in.
Where is it? Also, a little birdie asked me to ask you why chicken shouldn't taste like chicken.
Okay, so let me explain. Can I explain while I'm
Yes, go for it.
So we're going to add our garlic powder. And this is the most important ingredient, the garlic, because that takes out the wildness of the chicken. So that's that chicken taste that we don't want, you know? So I'm going to add some cumin powder. And then we're going to add some paprika.
Ooh, you got in with it.
We're going to add turmeric. We're going to add some salt and pepper. And then we're just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top like that.
There you go.
And then we're going to work
Marinade.
it in.
That's why we got the gloves on, okay? We're getting messy, we're getting dirty, the hands are working, and then obviously I have to create the marinade for you. But now, when are you going to tell me why it shouldn't taste like chicken?
So I've got this thing, chicken shouldn't taste like chicken and fish shouldn't taste like fish. So what I mean by that is we don't want that wild taste. I don't know how to explain it. It's a wild taste in chicken that I don't like. So garlic really takes that out.
Extracts that.
And you know, chicken the next day, vile. Vile.
Okay, so you heard Lonel. Chicken should not taste like chicken. Fish should not taste like fish. We don't want the wild flavors. No, we want it to taste. So what is it going to taste like? Garlicky, spicy.
There we go. The spice. You're still gonna get the taste of you know you're eating chicken, the texture. But we're not gonna get that raw chicken.
But it's that face for me like, I'm not going to get that. We're not going to get, no, we don't want that. So hopefully the marinade will help with that. So with our marinade, we are going to get some red peppers going into our blender, some tomatoes. Oh, and this, I'm just assuming the color is going to bring some vibrancy to the shish tawuk. Some jalapenos also going in, some parsley. And then what you want to do is with one lemon, you're going to use the zest and the juice of the lemon, and that's going to go in there. And some garlic and ginger also going into our marinade. And then okay, here we go. I have spoon. And then, of course, our hero ingredient is the Clover Classic, which is a dairy snack. It is a deliciously smooth and creamy dairy snack. And it gives a creamy taste to the delicious spicy flavors that we're going to be incorporating into our shish tawuk. It's a source of 10 vitamins and is available in various flavors. Of course, today we're going to be using the plain flavor just because it is plainly amazing. You don't need to add anything else to this recipe. And then I think about 5 tablespoons going in to this, and I hope that it's going to actually blend because it is quite thick. There we go. So just push that down. I almost feel this eyes of judgment.
No.
Create a TikTok. Do you think this will go viral? If I had to post this marinated wood?
It could.
Put it on your page, okay? Then we can go viral. Okay, so put this in. And and then mix it up. Ooh. See, this is why I don't work in the kitchen. Cloth over here. There we go. I'll just grab this from you.
There we go.
And then push this down into our blender. And I can imagine the color that this is going to bring. There we go.
Lovely.
She's pretty. Okay. Here we go. That should be good enough for you. And then I'm going to hand this over to you. Back to you. This is like a surgical. This is great.
There we go.
It's fine.
So now we're just going to open this marinade. Put it over there. Pour it in your chicken. And this is going to really tenderize your meat. So you're just going to work that in over there. Work all that flavors inside. And then we're going to grab our skewers. And we're going to make like sasati.
Love this.
There we go.
And the best thing is that you can marinate this overnight because it'll obviously help, you know, just tenderize the chicken because you don't want it to taste like chicken.
There we
pop
go.
It on to our beautiful grill over there.
So we just keep it over here like that and we just sizzle it like that. There we go. So for about like 2 minutes, 3 minutes on each side.
While he keeps doing that, let me remind you, with Clover Classic, you also stand a chance to win your share of 500,000 Rand in prizes. Now, to enter, all you have to do is buy any Clover Classic custard. You can buy the dairy snack, which we use today. You can use some fat spread or even mayonnaise, and then WhatsApp the till slip of your purchase to 074-909-0000. Now, those T's and C's do apply and can be found on clover.co.za. It's classic. It is timeless taste. But if you missed any of the steps for this delicious recipe that Lonel made, here is a quick recap just for you.
Made with love by Clover.
everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show here on S3. It's still all about the homes, and after hearing about the latest winter decor trends for 2022 and the way in which the use of color can affect your home and your mood, we have DIY enthusiast and lifestyle blogger Lentil Atkins here to take us through the ways in which we can spruce up our studio. Now, Lentil, as you can see, everything is aesthetically pleasing already. We did have a bit of a makeover not too long ago, but I always feel like you can still add more. You can spruce it up a bit, and you are here to show us exactly how.
Okay, so if I could make over the space as a DIYer, there's lots of things that I would do. So I would probably change up the wall colors, and I'm obsessed with paneling. I was talking about it earlier. So I'd probably do something like paneling, full-on paneling against one of these walls.
Hey.
So let's like get really creative with like the shape. Can you imagine all of that? And then you just like stain this in like a really pretty wood tone color. Like it'll look so cool, and it'll be such a feature. So imagine something like that. And
That's stunning. You see, you need to have an eye for these things, because I didn't think of anything. When I saw that piece of wood there, I was like, what are we doing with this? You could even convert this into like a little coffee table or anything.
Yes, you could.
But I love that. However, something that's like catching my eye over there is a milk carton, and you have some paint. So you're going to take us through like a DIY making. What exactly are you making?
Okay, so we're going to make a plant holder out of just an old milk carton that would have ended up in the trash, because I'm all about upcycling and reusing things.
You got that eye, you got that eye. So show us exactly how it's done, because I'm interested in doing this. I have so many milk cartons at home, so maybe we can inspire Mzansi with the milk cartons at home.
Okay, so this is what you're going to do. All you need is a scissor, and you're just going to make a hole in that and cut it up. Super simple to do. So I'm just cutting this up over here.
And where do you get the inspiration for, wanting to change things up? Is it just something that comes to you? Do you find it on TikTok, online? Where does that inspiration come from?
I think like you said, sometimes you just need an eye, but sometimes you just need to look at things a little bit differently. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it. So just looking at your everyday objects and seeing where you can reuse things instead of like tossing them away. I'm just going to fold this up, but you don't have to. You can even just paint it. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a fold.
Look how quick and simple that was, honestly.
Yeah, just to cut it. Sorry, I'm going to just fold. This takes a little bit of time, and I'm not being very careful right now, but you can just fold it.
There we go. And you can put like a nice little... I would even put, I'm not sure if you could actually, but a candle inside there if you wanted to fill it with sand. That's my practical way of thinking. But definitely a small little pot plant or plant that could go into there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not doing this.
No, I like that
I'm being too quick over here with this. But yeah, just fold it over. And there you've already got something. I've already painted this, but all you could do is then take a little bit of paint. This is an old makeup brush. Add a few dots on there, and you've got a very easy, very quick DIY, and this is such a great one to do with kids.
That was so easy. I was just going to say now, using that with the kids will be great. However, something also that's catching my eye, milk tins. I mean, how many of these don't we have as moms? This is probably lying around somewhere in the yard or wherever in the kitchen space. You transform this into, again, pot plants for the home. It brightens up the space, making use of those colors that we were speaking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's on trend, but again, it makes a beautiful decoration for the home.
It really does. And, I mean, you go through so many milk cartons or milk tins. You could really just fill an entire garden outside, or fill your windowsill in your kitchen. It'll be so cute. If you've got something like that, I would probably get some fabric paint and then repeat the pattern on a cushion, and you've got kind of like something that picks up some of the colors that's in your space as well. So you could even just recreate that same pattern on maybe a cushion with some fabric paint, and that'll be a nice way to spruce up your space.
Lentil Atkins, that is her name. Follow her on all the social media platforms. I think that you are my new friend. Myself and Raul already said that we're going to come to your house now and see what else we can do in our living spaces. But that's how you spruce up the studio. Simple things, a milk carton, milk tins. Hopefully you are inspired with this. But now I think all we need is some great music, because now the home is sorted.
Yes, Mzansi standing by right now. We've got our summer nominees, and we had an incredible opportunity to catch up with them early on the show, but they're standing by right now. They are our rock icons. They are the Springbok Nude Girls. And on our Expresso stage this morning, we've got Anu as well as Theo standing by to give us a debut. Yes, it's about that time. So this one is released off their album, and it is called Essay Tan on the Beaches. And let me tell you, you're absolutely going to enjoy this one. Summer nominees, let's take it away. It's a debut. Yes.
Sweet, sweet summer, fresh undercover, brace for the beach. It's a sunset breeze. Hallelujah, I made it through you. Things became clear. It's been the toughest year. And why? Don't stand and hide. There's people on fire. Party apocalypse tonight. And why? Don't stand and hide. People on fire, party apocalypse tonight. And there's a tan on the beaches. And there's a tan on the beach. There's a tan on the beaches. And there's a tan on the beach. Spoiled. Next year you gotta try again, dear. Well, it's a beautiful vision with youth at her side. Just use my shirt, it's already full of dirt. Hey, hey. And why don't stand and hide? There's people on fire, party apocalypse tonight. Apocalypse tonight. And there's a tan on the beaches. There's a tan on the beach. There's a tan on the beaches. There's a tan on the beach.
Whenever you mention rock, you got to talk about these guys, obviously nominated for the Rock Album of the Year, and that's happening at the Summer Awards. But of course, Mzansi, don't go anywhere. We've got one more performance coming through from these legends in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Do you own your skin? Do you wear it bravely, even when others try to dim its glow? Does it represent your strength, your heritage, or does it express your brave and unconditional love? New Look Ingrams, your skin, your brave.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. If you're looking to spruce up your home, look no further. In fact, we've been looking at it from just about every angle, from every color, from every lens, and now every shape. We are continuing with our DIY theme, and our next project is all about adding artistic flair to our walls.
Oh, yes, I can't wait for this one. So myself and Jamie tried out the geometric wall pattern technique, and we tried to transform a boring room into a magical art piece. Let us know what you think, though.
Your favorite duo is back with another Plascon DIY. Now, my question is, do you want to add some life into your room?
Now listen up, a real simple way to add life to your room is by adding geometric patterns to one of your walls using a variety of different colored paints.
The thing is, we're going to show you how easy it is and also what exactly you're going to need.
Let's go.
Okay, to get started, this is what you're going to need. Some painter's tape, a drop cloth, your paintbrush and a paint roller. And of course, your paint. We have a beautiful golden copper and some turquoise from Plascon. The existing wall color we will be working with is off-white.
And let's get started. So, I've created a quick sketch planning out the shapes and colors for each. I put that up somewhere so I can reference it to make sure I'm on track. Then, you can start by taking your tape and creating your desired shapes. The cool thing is, it's totally up to you on what kind of shapes, the size, and of course the color is that you want. Now, once you've marked off your shapes with the tape, it's time to get painting.
You're going to pour your paint into a painter's tray. We're using a small roller here so we have more control. Then for the corners, you want to use a brush so you don't go over your shapes.
And then, as simple as that, you can move on to your next colors. And of course, don't forget to wait to dry for 24 hours before applying your second coat. So once your second coat has been applied, you want to wait for it to dry before then revealing what your geometric masterpiece is going to look like. Voila, there you have it, a beautiful geometric wall pattern, and that's another successful episode of Plascon DIY. I hope we've inspired you to maybe create your own DIY magic at home.
Is there nothing you can't do, my friend? Did I tell you put it in a fireplace? A whole fireplace in the house. But the geometric wall, that's beautiful. Statement piece, magic.
Even myself, I was impressed, G. I didn't think we'd pull it off, but myself and Jamie actually did a good job. So well done, Jamie Lee, and I hope you loved that inspiration. Maybe you can replicate it on your wall at home too.
Oh, I'm so impressed. You made me so proud. But it's time for us to spruce up the aromas in our homes. How about that? Just after coming from all of that inspiration in the kitchen, the Lazy Makoti is in the house this morning. Lazy Makoti, how you doing?
I'm great, thanks. How are you? So happy to be back.
You know what? Every time you show up, I know it's going to be a good time. You've got my appetite buzzing. And I'll tell you what. We are traveling the world with Tastic Rice. We are really looking at Tastic Rices of the world and the comfort of your own kitchen in your home. And our destination is Pakistan. Oh, yes. Now, the food is known for its flavorful taste, and biryani is considered the crown jewel. Oh, and it is. It's one of those dishes, really, that have multiple interpretations, depending on who's in the kitchen, okay? And in our kitchen this morning, the Lazy Makoti is here to show us her version of a succulent lamb biryani using Tastic Sela basmati rice. Yes. You are going all out with this particular one. You're not holding back at all. Okay, tell me all about it, as always.
As always. So today we're using the Sela basmati rice, which is perfect for a lamb biryani.
Okay.
I mean, it cooks perfect every time. All you need is 18 minutes to make your rice.
Only?
Only.
Oh, wow, I love that.
And I also love that you can actually make it in the microwave as well.
Okay,
so
that's
convenience.
Yeah, made for someone like me. And
yes,
you,
and
Lazy Makoti.
And me. So you just make sure you cook your rice, some lovely colouring with the turmeric, as well as the lentils, and then you get cooking your lamb. and then the two come together for a glorious biryani.
And it is a marriage made for even the biggest appetite. Well, listen, Tastic Stella Basmati rice cooks perfect every time. And that's one thing we know about Tastic. It's that guarantee that you can really go all out to impress all those who taste, you know, that magical and natural flavors that you will bring across. Now, when cooked, these stunning extra long grains, they really do produce separate fluffy rice that really does make for a delicious meal. And that's what you do. This is your spillion.
Yes.
This is your spillion.
And I love that, you know, you get to travel with these rices of the world. Go to a new place that you've never been. Really take your taste buds there. So I'm just adding some stock. And then really after our lamb is done, in goes our beautiful Stella Basmati rice. And then you have this amazing lunch or dinner or whenever, really.
Tell me, when it comes to spices, because people like to switch things up and make it their own, what is that one spice that really has got to always be included? What's that mandatory inclusion? You have to have this one, otherwise it's not the right thing for this recipe.
I mean, here we're going to Pakistan, Flavor Town. You want all those big, bold flavors.
Punch.
So, I mean, kick, yes. So your paprika, your turmeric, your curry powder, your coriander, your cumin. I mean, really go to town with those spices. Make it nice and flavorful. Each bite, you want when you're having that rice and that lamb, it's just flavor, flavor, flavor.
Oh, my word. You've sold this entire experience to me. I really do feel like I am stepping into Terminal A departures on my way to head to Pakistan, baby. Now, listen, we're giving you a chance to win big, okay? Where to tonight? That's the hashtag. Hashtag Where to Tonight by Tastic Rice. You stand the chance to win yourself one of 2 Tastic Rices of the World weekly hampers. They're valued at 5,000 Rand. It's such an incredible hamper. What you need to do is go onto Expresso's Facebook, Twitter or Instagram, and then name one of the Tastic Rices of the World variants. And I mean, there are quite a few, all right? It's a whole range of them, and they're all just such inspired producers. Don't forget to include the hashtag Where to Tonight with Tastic. And the T's and C's, you can get them on expressoshow.com. So what happens at that phase now?
So at this phase, we're just waiting for our lamb to cook. But lucky for you, I have one that I made earlier for you to taste.
I love it.
Straight to Pakistan.
Well, is this how they would typically serve it in Pakistan? No need for a bowl, like Kazaganga bowl would
this is all for you. So lucky you, you get breakfast, lunch, and dinner
here. Can I tell you, I brought my appetite. So say less. Okay, well, listen, if you want this recipe, we've made this super easy for you. Go on to expressoshow.com. A list of all of the ingredients have been placed on there for you, as well as a step-by-step guide of how to bring this inspired Pakistani biryani recipe. I love it. I mean, I am going to have a taste. You know that, right?
I do, I do.
I'll tell you.
So where to tonight?
Pakistan.
Yes.
Well done, Kuti.
Thank you.
I love it.
All I am is just a grain of rice, right? No, I am the spirit of Ubuntu, wherever needed. I am more than just rice. I am Tastic.
Christmas comes early on Expresso as Golden Cloud and Beacon search for South Africa's best friends baking duo. You and a friend stand a chance to win the grand prize worth 50,000 Rand in the ultimate Christmas in July bake-off. To enter the challenge, create your bake with Golden Cloud and Beacon. Share your photo of the bake on the Golden Baker Search Christmas in July edition competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages, or WhatsApp line on 063-814-2300 using hashtag Golden Baker Search. And tell us why you are SA's best baking duo and why you think your creation is the best. You could be one of the 5 finalists competing live on Expresso for the grand prize worth 50,000 50,000 Rand. The winning duo to be crowned live on Expresso this July. Brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon. Entries close on the 17th of July. Details and T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. The final few minutes here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But the Springbok Nude Girls are back to wrap up the show this morning. This next song is one of their classic songs, and it is called Genie. However, Arno?
Yes.
Are you excited? This song.
I'm super excited.
I know. And you're giving us a taster this morning, but where can people follow your gig, guy, to find out where you guys are performing? Because you guys are back now. This is it.
Yes. Okay, so look, you can check it out on Twitter Spaces, Facebook, Instagram, all social media. But then we're playing the 22nd at Railways Cafe in Centurion and the 23rd at Solange in... Saanich. Yes, we're playing at Saanich. Where's that? Randburg.
Ooh, you see, doesn't even know. Booked and busy. We love the season for you guys. Also, again, congratulations on the summer. Any words for people out there that's knowing that you are going to walk away with the summer?
Well, listen, we don't know, and we're amongst great musicians, so it's up for the winner. But it's a great honor for us to, after so many years, to be back. Part of the whole Sama thing.
No, I can't even believe it. And it's an honor for us to have you guys with us for your final performance. Here they are with Genie. Take it away.
Yeah.
Out of your body cause your clothes are too heavy. Now let your eyes roll around. You get that thing straightened out in your town. And you can visit me, and we can talk. Yeah, we can talk. Night after night, after pillow, as the arms off my back will be breaking so slow. My little bit of money, yeah, from a little bit of hurry. My little bit of money, yeah, from a little bit of hurry. Go! Cry soft till little children cry, here comes God. He's gonna help us all today. Well, maybe not in the way that we must have seen. Oh, but now there is a difference. And you can cry now, and you can cry. Well, gray sky, blue, white, red eyes. Here comes new waves, die down on your own. Hey. in all those things where they said you could lose your body. I believe in all those things where they said you could lose your mind. Now even in the day now when I see myself in the mirror, I find my little body crumble to the ground. Oh, now with the fist of a man, with the fist of a God, with the fist of mine, oh mine. I heard what Little said and he said, no money, no hungry, well there is no money. Whoa, my little bit of money, yeah, yeah, from a little bit of hurry. Whoa, my little bit of money, yeah, yeah, from a little bit of hurry.
Springbok nude girls, something old, something new. Party Apocalypse, actually nominated for a Sama. We love it, we love them, we love you. Well, we love you guys so well today. We'll see you tomorrow. Adios.
For when it's chilly or rainy or just for the sake of it, here's the toastiest ways of keeping winter at bay, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.